Hola YouTube, ¿cómo están? Regresamos con otro video. Hoy tenemos la gran final de Masters Madrid. Sentenos contra GEN.G. Es una revancha que van a tener desde del Upper Bracket Finals. Fue una final chida, a donde GEN.G se vio muy dominante y se vio mejor que Sentenos. Pero ayer Sentenos jugó muy bien contra PRX. Y pues no sé, yo creo que es una gran final. Va a ser una final muy buena y qué chingón tener esta final para el primer evento internacional. Vamos a ver quién gana. Ya saben por quién yo estoy apoyando a Sentinels, pero sin quitarle mérito a GEN.G porque es un pinche equipazo. Entonces los veo ahí y espero que les guste. Peace.
A rematch of our upper bracket finals, and this was the decider.
Let's fucking go.
Instead of to close, it's now to open. Side swap though. So what can SEN learn?
Sentinels defendiendo primero, güey. Y están jugando Keio, Viper, Cypher. Ok, es muy normal y creo que los otros están jugando igual. Me hubiera gustado esta vez cambiarlo a un Gecko. Pero vamos a ver. Sí me acuerdo que podía, o sea, que yo sepa si podía, güey, pero bueno.
The big dogs that is GEN.G, because they got some heavy hitters. Munchkin now setting up for the wall. Looks like a bit of an A split.
Going straight into John QT's setup.
John QT just crouched behind this one. Still flash. Molly coming through. Trip as well.
Buena.
Counter play in order. There it is.
Pero hay otro.
Trip kill.
Pero ya entró uno, güey, ya entró uno.
Here it is though. It slowed down GEN.G to a crawl. Lakia in through the back of the site though, and there's the response, the return of firepower.
Let's go. Celsius.
Have to pick up those pieces, but already a site has been gained and granted. Shock dart killed. 2 versus 2.
And now, as GEN.G have to return to grab this spike, Zeken's gone to make the play, wrapping all the way around. He's got a Sheriff favored for long-range fights.
Oh, güey.
Quite as successful as the prior. Sassy's been locked out and has given away his position, and Caron, new to the big stage, so aware.
Oh, güey, no lo vio, güey.
Just barely. From ranked to rookie to tier 1 stage to the chance to lift the trophy, Caron looking like he might take that first contact dart. Supportive util, Sassy finding it difficult
3 segundos.
into the position. Second, walking wide, now the dart finally ready, clearing it. At least onto one position here, but time's starting to work and tick against the face from all of them. On top now, Sassy versus Lakia.
Oh.
Players against one another. It's Lakia who cleans it up with a pistol.
Qué buena ronda,
Another
güey.
one of those pistol rounds going the way of GEN.G. The individual skill on this team is so high, even after you see this ridiculous opener of John QT. Clearly anticipating an A split from coming through, Sentinels simply couldn't capitalize on it. Lakia, one of those players with a lot of focus on him, was there to open up.
Me gusta que esta vez no forzaron. Creo que la última vez sí forzaron, güey, y se les fue a la mierda, güey.
Looking in incredible form.
Looking like he wants to have that second shot of revenge. I mean, he's already got it the first time in the upper bracket. Now a chance to really knock them down and deep. Now there's a flash play here with a util. Kills happening on multiple sections here with Mita falling down.
Push down holes.
Yeah.
Push down holes.
Trying to squeeze them now with the drone close quarters. Combat might be in order, but again, there's that long sight line and teams finally coming through with the right clicks. Finally, left clicks getting it done.
No.
Pulled down.
Pero creo que no saben que hay otro cabrón. Oh, sí, ya.
Sassy getting ahead of himself. Zelsis doesn't choose to peek his cranium out wide. Still going to be playing his life now.
It feels a little bit like a comm was missed there because the spike was dropped, and yet TenZ is going for a repush elbow, almost anticipating that GEN.G would pick the timing to rotate, but they had to recover that spike and had to be cautious doing so. Has TenZ read this play perfectly though? Guardian in hand, and the rest of GEN.G are coming towards him.
Sí.
Must be something here, and he's going to be hearing it. Again, the rumble of the footsteps. He tries to take the timing just before anybody was set up for it, and they run him down. All grouped up now, 3 players. Munchkin taking that forward angle. And what could have been a possibility now is just looking more unlikely.
Zelsis with the outlaw. Everybody dies in a single shot, but it's a 1v3.
He's already been spotted out. Beautiful work from the IGL.
No fue mal, güey. Fue una eco decente, güey. Fue una eco decente.
Map that again have to iterate here that They are favored.
Ok, aquí ya tienen full buy, güey.
Already played SEN on this map here. They absolutely trounced them.
That was a dismantling. One that had Dappling claiming full responsibility for the choice to end up here. Had no choice whatsoever.
Hijo de ese, güey.
GEN.G having that double map ban.
La última vez les mandó un besito, güey.
Heading into the bonus round.
Les dijo adiós y les
Not
mandó
too
un
far
beso,
away
güey.
from being able to get close to his Euro ult, which is super effective to be able to get into these sites. Even the information alone, little jump up, Zechen.
Yeah, he's pushed up deep here. Not too much to support him, not too much to trade him, but he sees it, hears it, and there's
Buena,
the kill.
buena.
Onto Munchkin, but
W,
it's offset.
W kill.
Usually onto the other side of the map. No
Hay
fast
uno-
pace increase here from GEN.G. Happy to just play for that pick, play for the orb, and now slow it down once more.
Pero esta vez están dejando, o no, o lo mataron.
Meteor, as I suspect
Mataron a
they might
Tense,
try to
güey,
get an
arriba,
extra
güey.
drift online.
De
Instead,
escaleras.
just going for texture. And SEN have been picking these kind of timings in the first 2 rounds to go for little explorations to see if they can get some more info. Instead, though, Zechen and Zelz
Están esperando un cabrón aquí en codo, güey, porque mataron en mid.
Just confident that John could hold down the other side.
Just that, though, massive map control that's been lost here for Sentinels. You can feel it just through the
Creo que si ve el primer cabrón sí rotan.
Halls in case that lurk comes through with 40 seconds.
42 segundos.
GEN.G now fully grouped up. Starting to hit into this side that John QT is
Ya viene.
side by with his rifle. Might have to try and put a stop to this one, but it's difficult. Well, adversaries to try and overcome here. Still not showing his hand. Dart. Potential there to set that one up, but finally a few shots fired and
John, checa.
and crawling up onto the angle. Finally
Oh.
there, releases it. The trigger straight to the dome there.
Fuck.
Sassy.
Este creo que es el mapa más débil que tiene Sentinels, güey.
Disadvantaged position. Gotta watch that one.
Oh,
though.
seconds.
That's 8 seconds left. A round-winning play, perhaps, but now a safe plant position for Meteor, tucked right behind the pillar. We'll be able to get the extension into the round, but can he survive the 1v2 already through?
Let's go!
Zechen. Nasty work there.
Oh my god.
Zechen got shut down completely in the upper bracket final when these 2 teams played against each other.
Sí.
Can't keep Zechen down for long. What we saw him do to PaperX, he tore them to pieces. 3
Y ya tiene
out of 4
ulti.
maps, he was clearly the best
Se habrían
player
dejado
on the server.
Celsius, ¿no? Creo que era más
Dominating not
conveniente. Yo
just
sé que
on
tiene
raids,
navajas,
as he has been doing all year,
pero era
but
más
also
conveniente
finding
para
his form and his
Celsius, ¿no?
footing
Para
on
empezar a
Jen,
agarrar
especially with rifle in hand. The timing on the cloudburst dropping, just giving him the perfect moment to deny
Oh
the
my
plant.
god.
Grabbing 2 on the back
Seconds,
as
güey.
well.
Seconds ha
Enormous
sido
play.
el
Also
mejor
demonstrate once more, Bren, that
fucking
SEN are looking to
jugador,
play this
güey.
defense aggressively. Not at the beginning of the round, not trying to force the fight, but looking for those mid-round timings to soak up a flank
Let's
or
go,
a bit
let's
more
go.
info. And Zechen is going to be crucial to that.
It's a good adjustment as well, something to just upset those timings. But GEN.G, they play pretty close together.
Look at this. Drone into elbow really makes it feel like Zechen could be pushing behind this. So everybody on GEN.G scared. Instead, the double push coming down halls.
Oh.
Great distraction play from Sassy.
Meteor, though, potentially getting some of that information over towards the one side.
Oh,
with a
buena
nice
kill.
Blade Storm. Running them through, and the IGL dropped. And now a scurry and scatter. Everybody running over towards that A side, seeing if they can at least reinforce Meteor's position. He's going to be tucked close.
Can they get a double face going with Zechen updrafting? Instead, just choosing to face it.
TP with a gate crash, not going to be baited out from that one still. Lackey is also getting a move on through halls. Could be that late lurk play in that position. Meteor going to be cleaned up there with the trade still. A tap. No one forced out wide. Lackey, though, gaining that kill and closing the door in front of him. Neural theft. Giving the info. Texture. Now the emphasis placed on him. A dash to the side here, but a pull online, not half.
Oh, no la agarró a la mitad, güey.
It'll be a massive one, in fact. GEN.G have got them surrounded on almost every single front right now, picking them apart, the threads unraveling, leave it at just John QT, but again, the time ticking away. It's just far too late for it. GEN.G.
No, muere, güey.
Nice and easy
No.
onto that
John
Wey.
able to secure the rifle, which could have made a huge
Qué
difference
unlucky,
for
güey.
Sentinel's economy.
Aquí van a
If he had been
forzar.
able to keep it, perhaps they would have still been able to buy into the next. I love the play at the beginning of the round from SEN. I think it's really smart. Fake like seconds pushing in one direction, get the pick over towards halls. But they also just allowed
Aquí
Meteor
quien mató
to
a...
run in
Oh.
with his ult and get the plant down. And he essentially did that just all on his own.
Yeah.
And once you're in an afterplant situation and
God
GEN.G are
damn
walking
it.
all over the space, much more difficult to clean up. And SEN's retake protocols do not look as good here as on some of their other maps.
So uno forzó, güey. Oh, sí lo vio, güey, ¿no?
Sentinels
¿No vio a la
just
Viper?
there. I mean, a deep dart, I believe, broken early, so Zekken didn't want to take the peak.
Jet está mega close en este ángulo. Este ángulo, güey.
Happy to play this one nice and slowly.
Está esperando, güey, a ver si un pendejo sale, güey. Iba a salir.
That info may well get relayed to the rest of the team. Yeah, you can see it being pinged out here actually on the mini-map. And so they're expecting the stack to be over towards mid and A.
Incredibly deep positioning here. Hunter's Fury going to be offloaded from this particular
Pero es fake,
position.
¿no? Es fake para irse B. Sí, sí,
Turning
sí.
into
Se están yendo B.
kill, but only to one tag, spotting out the positioning of Zelsis. Interesting usage of the ult, but with 50 seconds left now, Sander make their way and meander over towards that B side. Cosmic Divide will cut this one up nicely.
Paul aimed for where GEN.G has been anchoring in previous rounds. And this composition has so many different ways of getting into B. The Jet and the Yoru, very difficult to deny, especially when you have so many smokes online. That pit did not cover the spike.
Oh, and a lot of respect as well being showcased as well to a weaker buy of Sentinels, but Zekken, see what damage he can do here. Still with the rifle in his hand. They found the first one, but again, a lot to get through. It's murky territory, a blight onto the B site with that pit, but they really wrangled control of this one. They found Charon, but again, Munchkin is the player that needs to fall to really stand a chance into this one. Yes, it doesn't cover it. Texture alive and kicking, working his way around, but he's been found. Sassy drops him. And one player left to stand as Lakia crouched, cowering, fear in his heart. He cannot face them.
Pinche Thrifty, güey, pero no saben dónde está este güey. Oh my god. Wait, what the fuck? Wait, eso pasó tan rápido, güey. Holy shit.
As well. You think GEN.G have just got that wrapped up. It's a gorgeous flash recon play that catches Meteor, but then there's just a lot of timing plays all around the spot.
God damn.
All of these GEN.G players dying whilst looking the other way.
Holy shit.
Not being able to use the eco advantage that they had, and actually the pit there ended up hurting them.
Qué buena ronda.
Not something that's that replicable, but certainly one that SEN can take to the bank.
They will be moving forwards now. Plenty of money left waiting, and a lot of equipment comes with it. Full weaponry. Zekken, so damn aggressive. Now, seems to have an inkling that maybe Karen's there, possibly from a cam aggressively getting broken.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my god, salieron, güey. Salieron y no se vieron, güey.
Basically is. The rest of GEN.G working their way up mid. One of the things that SEN said in their press conference was it was difficult playing against GEN.G, hard to isolate your ones when they travel around in such a pack. But GEN.G are running a 1-3-1 D4 here. Smoking it up, looking to take a little bit of mid. But TenZ has gone walking all the way down halls here, getting good info for his team.
That's fantastic info. He's going to be hearing the scurry of the footsteps from Munchkin, maybe even seeking to punish, but he's going to be calling this now for his team. Look at this.
Sassy starts to go.
Yeah, good maneuvers. All around the map can really follow those sound cues and follow them well straight towards the B side. But it's going to be that B split out through tunnel.
TenZ has got to be careful here not to overflank. He just needs to play to contain. He grabs one.
Oh my god!
And the heads will roll before that space gains. And guess what? GEN.G just sent rattling now. Oh, the movement looking clean with it. Texture's got something to say. Still, only one blade left.
Oh my god.
There's the refresh shut down, traded time. Really quite low. Only 11 seconds left. It's going to be barely able to get onto the side, but Karen has to clear a little bit. He might just have some time. Spare, barely a second. And yes,
tiene
we'll be able to get it here, but Sentinel surely don't let this one slip. A 1v3.
Karen, though, is going to be able to reposition slightly, and TenZ is weak.
Really weak. He's got so wide. Zelsis needs to be ready.
Oh my god.
The movement impeccable, the aim on top. And he's brought it to a 1v1. Yes, damage has been done, but this guy...
Este güey es muy bueno, güey. Este güey es muy bueno. Come on, second. Come on, second.
Face him now. Again, slow walking onto the angle. The noise and information just being cut away entirely. It could just come down to chance. Cloudburst and straight up into the air. Zekken diffusing. Drops down. Fight
oh my god.
A menace to him. The scourge of Sentinels rips away the chances of that round.
What?
That's an absolutely monstrous, heartbreaking 1v3. And the aim
no tenía ni flash ni nada, TenZ.
Pretty natural.
Ese pinche dry pick.
Do not see that with a phantom
Verga.
on range, on breeze, ripping off heads.
No tenía... Güey. Sí, eso no fue un double swing, güey. Fue un 1v1. No tenían blinds, no tenían algo. Un flash.
Unshaken throughout this entire tournament, throughout all of kickoff. Doesn't matter the obstacles that you've thrown at the guy. Entire team as well just been
fuck, aquí es. Creo que Sassy sabe, güey.
He's gonna have a hell of a lot to deal with here. Drone gets all the info he's looking for. Possibly seeing multiple targets. Now the Hunter's Fury of his own.
Buena.
Is gonna be let rip and look at the target.
Buena, se llevó dos. Otro.
What a perfect counter to what Gen.G were going for. Immaculate stuff from SEN. And still throughout all of this, they're looking to go aggressive in other places. TenZ has gotten deep. He's going to be able to hear rotations. I think that's such a pivotal part of SEN playing in this finals. Gen.G love to rotate around the map on their attack side and their defense side, getting people into good positions like that for info.
Oh my god.
Impeccable.
Seems like a clear game.
Sí, güey. No, es que
But also Sassy, really, the playmaker.
se fueron bien changuitos,
I thought he
güey.
was going to get overwhelmed. You saw him get the tag onto Meteor.
Nah, estos güeyes van a ahorrar, güey.
That SEN, we're going to get baited into the fact that there was only one there.
Bueno,
Clearly,
tienen dinero.
a better read than it appeared.
1, 2,
Hunter's Fury
3 cabrones tienen dinero, güey.
I mean, Celsius, the bodyguard, playing inside the smoke, making sure that there was no punish in sight when Sassy was ulting.
Yeah. It's very solid stuff.
Ya van a ahorrar.
And Gen.G are just going to go for a save here. After Caron got them a 1v3 to start their economy flourishing. SEN making sure it dampens just slightly. I don't know whether they saw Zekken's operator this round. They didn't really interact with it very
Pues
much.
sí, güey, pero pues... Es que creo que querían hacer un double swing, güey, pero no fue un double swing. Fue un swing y luego fue un swing. O sea, lo mataron y digamos pasó un segundo y luego hizo swing. Y un double swing es los dos a la misma vez, güey. O sea, uno enfrente o uno atrás, güey, para hacer el swing juntos, güey. Aquí se lleva dos, ¿no? Boom. Y luego el Sassy siguió.
Yeah, especially with Celsius throwing the snake bite.
Real nice.
Lo mataban fácil, güey, pero no estaban de acuerdo, no se hablaron. O no pensaron que ese güey ya estaba ahí esperando ese ángulo, no sé. Pero era muy obvio, ¿no? O sea, si este cabrón está... Si ese güey plantó, tiene que estar listo para un ángulo. No sé qué pasó ahí, pero... Se mamaron en la próxima ronda, so. Muy bien, muy bien. Oh my god, imagínate que dispara ahí Seconds, güey, y lo mata a la verga. Oh.
Given up entirely here, just from that dimensional drift. Out of it now, Meteor. The plant.
And this is brutal. This is brutal. You're going to end up having pulls on this. You've got people running, you know, Munchkin's got lineups that he can throw. Offsite post-plants, buy time for post-plant lurks to come through, and this is the game plan for Gen.G. SEN are not in a position to play this quickly. They have to clear so many areas and then put pressure so deep to punish Caron and Munchkin.
Already the lineup sailing across. Dart.
No, güey, esto ya no tiene ni tiempo, güey.
Targets. Again, this all causing issues, and it is too much to overcome, too much to clear. Ults are being rattled off here. Texture from the high ground, eventually traded, and now the flash, pop flash, round the corner, TenZ was on dodge, Meteor! Massive play! Second sticking inside the cage!
Oh, no.
Destroyed and dropped. Gen.G finding that fifth, but you're right, Josh.
Era muy raro, güey, esa ronda era casi... Fue un putero, güey.
The push into main, I have no problems with. TenZ doing a great job, but how is Meteor turning this and still getting a double kill out of it? If you remember back to the defense side,
creo que si mataban a ese güey, maybe había una oportunidad. Creo que si lo hubieran matado, maybe había una oportunidad.
The Gen.G players are so skilled and have demonstrated that all year.
Alguien va a voltear.
Okay,
sí, Seconds. I mean, Celsius.
Held now for Gen.G. Rounds have been oscillating wildly back and forth. It follows the trends. It's SEN's turn.
No sé quién es el IGL de Gen.G. Pero usualmente ves un cabrón que es el que dice, hey, güey, vamos acá, hay que irnos para acá. O sea, a donde entre un güey es a donde van a ir. O a donde esté el güey es a donde van a ir. Un ejemplo que sea la Astra, güey. No van a entrar a A si Astra no está allá.
but he still has
Y
the
si
ult to be
Astra
able to
está,
work
aunque el
with, so
Spike
not a
esté en
major
A
problem
y
for
Astra
Gen.G.
esté en B, van a ir B. Un ejemplo, eso es un ejemplo. Pero nada más no sé quién vergas es de Gen.G.
Locking it down, deep dart, potential setup. Waiting for the sound cue, doesn't get broken.
Yeah, I think if
Pero
that
acá
dart had been
quieren
broken,
entrar
he was looking to flash peek in there and make the play to win the round. The time is getting so low. If they can play in front of the Cosmic Divide, Sassy goes down.
God.
Head rips clean off, dart through into the back Cosmic Divide. Gives him the perfect exit strategy here. Pop flash through!
Oh,
But
no.
Texture, he was aware of it. Facing away or at least dodging it. And any chances for Sentinels into this round crumbled once more before our eyes.
Ahorrar, ¿no?
Gen.G in astounding control.
Commanding position there.
Ahorrar,
Having
güey.
lost the Viper early on, to still be able to deal with that A-main aggression and come out on top is pretty excellent. Gen.G, we're talking about the fact that their composition, honestly, they're happier with it on the attack side, or at least people expect them to do more on the attack side with this comp. And that was what blew us
Y
all
estos
away
güeyes
when
les va.
SEN played against Gen.G last. Now we're really seeing how comfortable they are in these spots. It doesn't all have to be fast execs with the Jet and the Yoru. Celsius would love to keep the weaponry.
Oh, no way. Flash through.
He spotted Texture.
No.
Texture spotted him. QT, last one left, slowly being hunted. We'll push back the enemy's adversary, so they do keep at least one gun into the round, but already you're looking at
Mira, güey, ese
similar scenes
tiro,
here.
güey.
Here's that opening when they try to re-clear out through.
God
Unbelievable
damn.
shot onto Munchkin, but the trade's still coming through. The level of quality in terms of the rifling in this match is unbelievable. But we didn't get to see
Time out,
it in
güey,
the
time
upper
out.
bracket final between these
Güey,
two
el
teams.
trofeo está hermoso,
SEN
güey.
talked about, Kaplan in particular mentioned the atmosphere was bad when they began that game. And
Getting that confidence back, at least.
Está hermoso.
Making moves now towards mid, though, here. Creeping once more and crawling.
O sea, no trabaja los
it's a
domingos.
kill trip, but with no one really to play off it here.
All given up, so Meteor once more building up towards Dimensional Drift. On his way through, he'll be able to clear out most of this side as well. Basically, the human drone just spotting out these trips. Kill trip, lucky. Wait a second.
Güey, ¿se llevaron a alguien? Se llevaron a Munchkin. I mean, a Lakia.
Gets the punish onto Lakia. Caron, chance really for him.
Oh my God,
But no, the
gracias.
crosshair placement just wasn't expecting that one. The deep contact play and push out from Sentinels. One of the first
That's so
times it
good.
feels like they're in a
Mucha
really
gente
advantage
trabaja los
situation.
domingos.
Yeah, definitely. They're realizing the fact that Caron and Munchkin are going to be playing in very passive positions. They found them both. They even isolate Munchkin, who's so far away. And yes, this is
Y ya
taking a
saben
lot
dónde
of
están.
time, but it set them up in a great situation to win the round.
Chance of playing the lineups anymore for Munchkin. Meteor, Texture have to go absolutely massive, but he instantaneous there with the trade
buena,
and shut
buena.
down
W.
in time. So the Sentinels are willing to make it that
Allá no,
repeat of what
allá no
happened last time
trabajan
these
en
two
los
teams
domingos.
clashed here.
O sea, ninguna persona trabaja los domingos. Cero, güey. O sea, las tiendas cerradas, los restaurantes cerrados,
Look how John gets
los
that
bares
after the kill
cerrados.
came through, but
Nadie
this
trabaja.
repush, not looking to try to go for the retake at all, fully waiting
Es imposible
to try to
que
flush
no
out Caron and
trabaje
Munchkin
alguien.
before they ever go towards site. It's a great
Entonces sí
adaptation.
trabajan.
It shows that they
Entonces sí
understand how Gen.G
trabajan.
play in the post
O sea, no
phase.
todos, pero sí trabajan.
This is the kind of
sea,
stuff
mucha
that makes
gente
Sentinel
trabaja los
split so
domingos.
scary. You know, we'll forget about the last two times we played it.
Cierran más
Yeah, I
temprano,
mean,
sí.
they've-
Yeah,
the
cierran
confidence
más
not there
temprano.
as well.
Pero sí trabajan.
Tell that just from the way that the map veto ended up shaking out. Wasn't the first map that they ended up picking. Deep dive here. Texture want to take advantage of this one, but it's
They
broken.
missed second.
Sassy using it. They did miss second. Hello, spots it. Up in
Oh
the air.
my
It's all
God.
about the reactions. Follow through there. Just a claw.
Oh my God.
Shorty
Second.
defending the area and teammates flooding back in. All to his avail. Munchkin though has
No,
managed to
pinche
get himself a
Munchkin.
gap into the A site, but the spike has been dropped down into the center of the mid.
Acá creo que es al revés, güey.
You can see Caron also.
Bueno, algunos
About the same thing here,
independientes,
Munchkin.
sí, pero
Little
tiendas
territory getting
o
down into
empresas
the
sí,
center.
muchas
They-
tiendas.
Keep
Como
your eye on almost every
Target.
single angle here, and guess what? Plenty of backs facing away from
Oh
them.
my
Caron!
God.
It's
Oh
majestic!
my God, bro.
And just like that, turned away, ripped away. What should have been a slam dunk.
No, y aquí seconds
Left
GG.
looking in every possible direction, barely able to get it, but they do in the end.
Bro,
Caron with another.
bro. ¿Qué pedo con esto, güey? ¿Se les bugueó el de este? ¿Se les bugueó? Oh, fuck.
Positions where their players can pull off magic like that.
Ya, pa.
Final
No, no
round,
soy yo.
second,
Les
the
juro
last
que no
cannon
soy yo.
operator. You
No
watch
soy
him here
yo,
as he
no soy
tries
yo,
to
no
take
soy yo.
contact.
Ya no te robes
That
el
initial
internet.
wave of utility. There'll be too many targets.
Now, once more, Brent. Sassy drones out through B main, making it feel like perhaps there's some
Güey,
level of aggression
ya
happening
van
over
como
there.
3
They're trying to
rondas que
prompt the
pierden
reactions
así,
of
güey.
GEN.G.
Bien
This
mensos,
team
güey.
is so smart.
Perdieron el
They wait for a full
3v1.
commitment before they decide
Han
to do stuff like that.
perdido
And Munchkin's
otra
the playmaker
ronda y
actually
luego
here,
pierden
making his way
este,
all
güey.
the
Como
way
un
up through
fucking
halls.
5v2. 4v2.
It's not a full commitment on the A split just yet.
Not quite.
Trying to make a play or get some info.
He does like to take the initiative, though. That player to watch for here, Meteor. Holding. Kibi's a util, potentially the flash there, I believe, in his hands, but thinking twice about it. And again, it's just pure silence. They're letting Sentinels stew, hoping that they make a mistake.
No real reaction, though, from SEN. They're not going to get baited into defensive aggression.
Now the drone at least should trigger that reaction with the knife down. Cancels.
Oh my god, buena.
There from Zekan, repositions there with a dash, but might want another go. I think still with the door opened wide, he realizes it is back. It's open to 2 different directions, and he's really got to try and watch this one here, at least get some help from the rest of his
Y están
team.
rotando, están
GEN.G
rotando.
moving into the opposite side of the map.
Güey,
Yeah, they're going towards
el
Celsius, who's
Karen
being
acaba de
forced to
agarrar todo
use
mid control,
utility.
güey. Mid control.
Players haven't budged, snared into space. Celsius hearing that one broken, now wants to take the fight to him. Out wide, onto the wall here, Caron. He's worked and wiggled his
Trap
way
for the
into the
updraft.
back of the side again. Back
Oh
to reload.
my god.
Oh my.
Tiene que recargar, güey. Buena, buena.
Celsius. And yes, indeed they are. No chances here in the final round
Oh,
of this
let's go.
first half. On the Munchkin. So maybe
Oh my
you gotta
god.
think it's a better look for Sentinels here on Breeze.
7th. And heading into the 8th, SEN need to be able to get some of those online. And this is the half.
Ni la ronda
So,
hasta que se
SEN have
acabe
no
este
success.
mapa.
Kaplan said that they came in with an anti-strat that they thought would work, but called it wishful thinking in hindsight.
Oh no.
Meteor just
Por favor,
taking
castíguenlo,
that fight
castíguenlo.
straight up.
Good
Oh.
punish though. A lot of damage. Yeah, it's not the kill, but they forced that back. Denied GEN.G a little bit of space. And now
Pero
this
había
drive's really
dos.
going to make it feel like it's a commitment into B. Instead, the spike is going in the completely opposite direction. I think this is looking more like an A split where you rely on the fact that Zekan has holes control.
GEN.G, they do play to those sound cues.
Oh,
just
no.
missing the chance and the timing there for Tens, but with the orb now bloomed and blossomed, can start to get
Come on,
a
seconds.
move on onto the A side still. It's Caron. It's locked down into the corner position.
Buena.
Guess what, Zekan? Punishing the rotation.
Buena, seconds.
And 3 heads roll. Down and out here. Caron blinded as anything.
Buena.
Can win his fight out. Zekan
W.
chanted for it. You can feel it. The roar of
Ace,
the
güey.
crowd behind him. And he knows what they want.
Sí es 6, ¿no?
10 spots him.
Munchkin spotted. Ow.
No. No.
Denied, but that is the first pistol that SEN have put on the board.
No, güey, iba a ser ace.
Blossoming between these two teams. And what a fantastic attack side strat that is. So much better against GEN.G.
Güey, iba a
than what they
ser
were doing
ace,
now
güey.
in the 3rd map of the
Buena,
upper
buena.
final. They call a fake, they use the advantage of having map control, they use holes
Let's
against
go.
a team that has a solo initiator. It just ticks every single box to me. Learning.
Güey, este Breeze se ve muy diferente al Breeze que jugaron la última vez, ¿eh? O sea, la última vez les dieron una mega putiza aquí, güey. Vamos, vamos, confío.
Clearly doing that prep work here. Now the orbs can be farmed up, granted for
Güey,
them.
creo que
Not too much
máximo
pushback,
Sente nos
but
agarró
be
como
aware there's
3
a
rondas,
chance
güey.
they
So
could
ya
fight
vamos
back.
There's a
mejor.
slight bit of danger in this round, Brent.
Ya van mejor, güey.
Meteor managed timing the
Les dieron una
recoil dart
putiza, es lo
Sassy
único que me acuerdo, güey.
into mid, I believe. So they have no idea that Meteor is positioned this deep, but no one on SEN looks like they want to get into that area at all. SEN running a default looking a little more like when Loud played against GEN.G, not going for the early round group ups in A main, but happily now grouping up together to make sure that
Oh,
they can trade
fuck,
out the
aquí,
lower
oh
income
no.
players.
Aquí
Like
no
I
me
said, I
gusta,
don't think
güey.
they realize that Meteor is this deep.
Meteor going for walkabouts as a face early on. John surely hearing this one now,
Oh,
facing
no.
him, but it's too much to overcome there. Meteor with that Sheriff, and again, a bit of stray damage through Tens. Just to try and at least lock this one down in to the side of the
¡Atrás! Buena.
Oh, but they have
Seconds there.
found him. Right click bundle diff, apparently so. 3 players
No.
still left to stand here for Meteor. Find that one, maybe a
Celsius.
chance, but it does go down in the end. Traded with the nade, flushed
Buena.
out wide and found in the end.
Buena.
It is.
7-7.
It is a conversion for SEN. It looked a little difficult to be able to get across the line. It's always going to be tough when Gen.G have smokes that you have to play around. They're flashing into the smoke here to blind Karon. Clearly, they have a good understanding of how Karon's going to be playing. I think one of the key antis that they came into the last time on Breeze was the...
Güey, te juro por Dios que siento que la última vez Gen.G cero timeouts en toda la serie, güey. Cero timeouts. Todos los timeouts vinieron de Sentinels. Estoy seguro, güey. O sea, esos cabrones, güey, juegan un Valorant muy perfecto.
By the brain trust of John and Kaplan. And Drew as well. I should give credit to my kilt-wearing neighbor from the north.
You certainly should, yeah. Takes a village, after all. But it has been evened up in terms of that scoreline, 7-2-7. And like you said, the bonus round is where Sentinels...
Este bonus round es muy importante para Sentinels.
Hurdle here, texture. Toast. Okay, not going to be able to play anti towards that one, and everybody playing inside this cloud.
Oh, come on. Oh, no.
Up. Already just locks that one down. These Sentinel players are scrambling and wondering exactly where these players are coming from. Texture now with the dash. Smoke to play in 4-10s here, but how do you really overcome this? You just can't. It's just raw mechanical prowess on display. And an easy one is what it feels like here for Gen.G, overcoming all sorts of obstacles that were thrown at them.
And I think that's an example of what was going wrong for SEN last time. Gen.G are just so good when it comes to defending the standard hits. And this is a very standard A split that Sentinels send in. Gen.G's crossfires are amazing. Karon can always play around Pyramid because he has smokes to dip and dive inside of. And then you have Lakia up towards stairs, texture in that gutter. They've always got triangles going on that are extraordinarily difficult to break. The weakness with Gen.G's defense is to do with Lakia and him being overstretched, having to run around halls, a nest.
Vamos, full buy contra full buy. Full buy contra full buy.
You are right, it is that weakness. That's why they have to put bodies into it. But now a
Oh,
double
fuck.
walk up and phase second. Got to be ready for this one here. Is it going to be clear?
No.
Angles at Lakia. And the crosshair.
Creo que ese little Jigo pick al último lo alcanzó a ver, güey.
Gen.G are going to go for those occasionally because that is the weakness of their composition and they need to make sure that they have info in that area of the map. Meteor going for an info peek when they're up 5v4.
Everybody's got their backs turned to every possible position. Texture though seems to be more aware of it. He is. Shuts down John QT Sassy.
Oh, wow, qué tiro, güey. Buen trade, buen trade.
Traded and cleaned up by 10 still. Only 2 to left stand here for Sentinels.
2v3, vamos. Posible, es muy posible esto, güey. Tenemos a Tens, güey. Tens y Celsius, güey. Güey, necesitan que hablarse, cabrones. ¿Qué están viendo?
They know that Celsius does not have the orb on the spike. They can see that over towards mid. So he's probably not playing post plants, probably on site with tens.
Oh my god, oh my god, el timing, güey.
Feeling unsafe, but I do take control of main once more. They can play this post plant from this position still. Smokes are available. Black, at least Karon puts that one up.
Buena. Oh, 2v1.
It's down to just tens.
He's got to do it all.
Does have a nade, but still he's got to deal with this. And what a play to make. Texture so damn aware, but there's the shot still. Will the nade land in time? Lakia sticking. Spam, damage!
Let's go! Thanks, güey.
Unbelievable for tens.
He's the GOAT. The GOAT.
That is cold. That split-second decision to pull out the fragment grenade.
Güey, yo era tenso hasta que me chingué la rodilla, güey.
What a 1v3.
That's on a knife's edge though, isn't it? Look at it.
Ew!
Oh my god. Look at it slow down.
Oh, very, very close.
Yo le enseñé al Tens, güey.
He's drawn the game.
Eso lo aprendió de mí. ¿A poco sí,
SEN actually have the economy advantage.
La neta no te voy a mentir, güey. Yo era
Even though they're finding advantages,
yo era el discípulo de Tens, güey. Luego me chingué la rodilla y ya no pude. Dije, ¿sabes qué, güey? Mejor tú. Él quiso que yo fuera su cambio, güey. Él quería que yo fuera su cambio, güey. Yo era la Spike.
Taking a risk on a round like this where
En que le 60 de ping, ¿qué le pasa?
Time to do it.
And of course, he will be able to hear rotates if
1-8-8 es muy buenardo, güey.
And he'll hear them early enough to call those defensive positions.
Tienen que jugar mega paciente aquí, güey. Mega paciente, güey. Este Bucky no me gusta.
Going for a peek here, still wants to hold that close angle. The dart broken, it's going to be pulling players actually. Reaction out of Gen.G, thinking that, okay, well, his presence there, but now the drone adds another level to it. A bit of confusion into the camp for Gen.G, wondering where the hell are these players landing with only 40 seconds left. Time could start to become a problem, but Texture, he was the real danger in this round, at least with those knives, and with him shut down, now it opens wide.
Oh, no.
Immediately there, no command sent, flying Bucky Gaming!
Fuck.
Lakia dropping 10 straight down to it. Removes him from the fight, A main control. Granted and gained, tucks it up and doubles up. Now with the drone over, an attempt to punish Charon, running and gunning. Zelsis time, 12 seconds left, he needs to find this kill, but the rifle has been handed over, and so is the spike. John QT, head on a swivel, too much to deal with, too much to overcome.
Oh, no way.
Surrounded, man, surrounded.
That's the value of Gen.G taking risks. I'm telling you, Munchkin tucking into that spot. You won't see him do it often on a rifle round.
Güey, qué serie, güey. Qué serie, güey. Estaba blind y lo mató.
Glimpse of TenZ right before that, but also they had no idea that Charon had already pushed down through halls and was in this position. TenZ is comment that there's only one person in A main there for sure, because they just had no clue that the Astra was also ready, holding Lakia's back during the drone. And just like that, all of TenZ's good work in the 1v3 undone in a moment.
Güey, qué serie, güey.
Right back at it with the economical disadvantage.
And from watching Gen.G, they love using Meteor's ult to help them defend sites. It might seem weird using the Oro ult. That means there's another player that can't.
Oh, hello.
Huge pick.
Against his adversary as well. The Nemesis on the other side of things. A clear win con is that Zekken can shut down Texture as a player.
W ulti.
Hunter's Fury. Sassy's hoping that he can at least set this one up. Meteor. Out wide here with a dimensional drift. He was hoping for a chance to really get that punish onto Sassy, but it's all cancelled in time, and now the rest of his team flooding in. Munchkin spots it, just the shoulder.
Oh, wow,
the kill. Straight to the dome, a wider peak indeed, but this is going to be
faced
down and sprayed through entirely. TenZ.
Oh my god.
Finally deals with him. Pesky intruder to a site that should have been theirs.
2v3, güey. Y hay un güey muy close, hay un güey muy close, güey.
3 players left standing now for Gen.G. Meteor already in position.
Fuck.
A 1v2 for Zelsis. Doesn't know where they are. Wall up, reposition spots. Charon, splash. Blinded himself. Charon with the follow.
Güey, con el wallbang.
Gen.G bailing themselves out of a rough spot there. But I think one of the key problems is that when Sentinels got in position to try to hit the B site, I believe Zekken's waiting for another piece of utility.
Qué kill ahí, güey.
He's just delaying,
Güey,
waiting to the right time, but sets
güey.
up Munchkin for the triple kill.
Mira, esta mamada.
If they had been able to move a little faster, had that set up a little quicker, Munchkin probably ends up just going something like 1-for-1, and Senna in a much better spot. Nevertheless, that was an eco round for them. We come in 8 to 10.
Full buy. Full buy contra full buy. Seconds win con OP, güey. ¿Dónde está Seconds? Está en este...
Massive ults.
Oh, este...
So far this map, I mean, it's just been a tenuous tightrope walk.
Oh my god, este güey tiene un ángulo perfecto, güey.
Nice and even, potential chance, but overall Gen.G just holding that edge.
They saw Lakia droning through double doors there, so they should have an idea that there aren't too many players' halls unless it's being pushed. But that's not where Sentinels are going. Looking instead to dominate mid and set up this line. Karen is sometimes going to peek that, but it doesn't look like this round.
Textures.
Oh no, no.
Onto the half wall, he's walking.
Oh no.
Locking directly down into the tunnel angle.
Can they cause a distraction in B main that pushes people into Zekken's crosshair?
Oh, Zekken. It's all about the reactions, but Texture, of course, he's favoured. On LAN, already in position. It's all on Zekken. Zelsis seeking to just sow that chaos and discord into the map, at least with the pit laid down. Gen.G feel it really imperative to try and clear this one, but they're already just losing players. Sentinels toppling like flies. TenZ, he has worked his way deep. Gate crash now into the back of the site, so Meteor's going to be rejoining.
Va a agarrar OP y la ahorra, ¿no?
Area with 20 seconds left. What is the call? Jumping. Way and on high, but still they're surrounded with this pit. How did they even get themselves into the site? It's 12 seconds time working against them again. Lakia to play to do the most. Spoiler, there it is. Branley spraying them through with 5 seconds down. No chance of sticking. I don't believe there's any time. And even if there was, Lakia absolutely sealed it up anyway. Beautiful work from GEN.G.
And that round should be the first nail in the coffin here for map 1. They're going to push Sentinel's economy down into a really rough
Yo creo que sí, güey. Yo creo que... bueno, es que este mapa es muy bueno de GEN.G, güey. Y Sentinels, güey. Esto es lo mejor que ha jugado Sentinels en este mapa, güey. Literalmente, güey. Este es el mejor Sentinels que hemos visto en Breeze, güey. Imagínense. Ok, ya voy a ver. Timeout, creo que hubo timeout. A ver, dejar. Yo diría que aquí deberían de tratar de entrar a un site en putiza, güey. O sea, ¿quién los va a parar, güey? En sí, ¿quién los va a parar, güey? Si tienen un buen entry, güey, ¿quién los va a parar? No tienen un sentinela, güey, no tienen un cypher, no tienen cables, no tienen nada que preocuparse. Creo que entró más fácil GEN.G a un site que Sí, es que entren, güey, ¿quién los va a parar, güey? Oh my god, olvídenlo, güey. Ya veo por qué no pueden entrar. Oh my god.
With the spike drop down, the advantage again rolling its way to GEN.G. It's Sentinels that are forced to react.
Unbelievable play from Munchkin.
Yeah.
How he's got the awareness and the composure to do that boggles the mind. This is an almost impossible spot that Zekken and John find themselves in.
GEN.G are not giving him anything. Diligence off the charts here.
No crumbs.
Slight jiggles onto the angle, never overextending. 30 seconds remaining.
Left.
¿Qué pedo? ¿Qué pedo con esto, güey? ¿Y me avientan comercial? ¿Por qué el comercial sí lo puedo ver, pero la partida no, güey? Pero no tiene nada que ver. No tiene nada que ver. Puedo cerrarlo y no va a pasar. Va a ser lo mismo, vas a ver.
Try new savory chili McDonald's sauce, only at McDonald's.
Go.
Oh, I still have one more.
And not just any old ace, not an
Pero ya
easy,
estoy, ya GG, ¿no?
incredibly important round under so much pressure, pitting, running towards his opponents, making a
Es la transmisión.
mockery of them.
No soy yo,
Sen
güey.
have to force up again, but it's odds and ends. It's not looking strong.
No me puede salir un comercial que me vaya bien y luego...
Scraps, man.
No puedo ser yo, güey.
Take flight.
Tal vez porque tanta gente lo está viendo, güey.
Territory to stand a chance in this round against GEN.G.
And I think they found the most
Yo creo que es
successful
porque
in trying
tanta
to
gente lo está viendo,
find
güey.
people, push people
Es lo
into
que me
aggressive
imagino.
positions, but that's almost impossible to feel good about lurking and then taking a 1v1 if your player has, you know, a bulldog or a stinger even.
Yeah.
You just don't feel favored.
No, pero en general.
Hitting as well onto these angles with texture, hopping.
Porque es una transmisión como para 4 canales, güey.
It's that little bit of fear, that little bit of doubt into the back of your minds. John QT, it's all about the corners being cleared, and guess
O
what?
sea, es una
Doesn't look like he
transmisión
wants
que
to
están
open himself
sacando
up
como
to
para
it.
4 canales. Está el canal de Corea, está el canal de España, el de LATAM. Es como 20, es la misma transmisión, güey, como para 20 pinches. Oh, wow, qué kill. Pero creo que ya... 3 contra 4, güey. Oh, GG, güey. GG, güey. Fuck it. Mapa 2, güey. Oh, wow, se lleva 2. Sentinels defendiendo.
GEN.G looking to fight over Shower's control. That's where Tens and Zekken both are.
They are rapid onto the corner here. White face, 3 players though left to fight them. Tens hightailing it out of there. Backs away. Does a smoke drop down at his feet as well, just to cover that retreat.
Looking like they want to take another fight immediately over towards short. Tens just trying to make sure that nobody walked up behind the Viper wall. Risky to try to take that kind of play.
Va Indy Ascent y luego sigue Icebox, güey.
GEN.G's
O
approach
split.
here is
Bind
quite
al
slow.
Senti split, güey, sigue.
Sassy's already used one of his flashes just to let him know that Fountain was clear at the beginning of the round. And now Lakia and Munchkin gaining information, peeking into John.
John should see this, as you said here, with the jiggle. A little bit of damage done.
But John, look, not pushed off that angle. So still getting information that Hookah is clear. That's going to keep two players over towards A.
Right here.
So if Gen.G were hoping that that play would open up A as the weak site, it's not going to be the case. Zels is still
Oh,
with Molly.
ese molly va a ser bueno, ¿no? Limpia
Although
aquí,
we'll
güey.
be about to be
Limpia aquí,
set
¿no?
up here. Now, what's the emphasis being placed towards this A side with the dogs? Straight through to Molly doing a bit of damage. It has slowed them down. They realize Showers is open. The reposition out into the back of the site. Dizzy up and away.
Oh my god, ese DC cómo no lo agarró, güey.
Good kill. Wingman
Buena
with the
kill, buena
swing.
kill.
They are
Doble
absolutely
kill.
running over these Gen.G players. It was the first
Buena.
TP in a wrap around.
Let's go!
Shut down. Sentinels.
Woo!
A pistol round gained. And just in time for them.
Un
Fantastic
momentico.
pistol. Completely turning the tide of the narrative.
Espéranos un
in the previous match that
momentico.
Gen.G were dominating all of those important rounds. And the player to watch there was Tens. He did such a good job.
Este es
That's
mapa
a
de,
fantastic
sí,
play
sí,
from
de
Sassy too,
Sentinels.
but I love the wingman usage.
O sea, el
I
Breeze
love
que
the double
jugó
up with Celsius and
Sentinels
second.
fue la mejor versión que hemos visto de Sentinels. So, yo creo que están locked in. Yo creo que están locked in. Si les tocan los mapas que ellos saben jugar, yo creo que lo pueden ganar.
Oh, yeah.
A little Alpha Year-esque.
A lot of solo takes in
Porque-
the Showers. This time
no
they're supported
mames.
with the whole pack
Oh
almost
my
here.
God, se llevó
Still
uno.
Outlaw. Next year meets his match, drops to the floor, and these are kills that you don't really want to be funneling into Zekken. Don't want him to get those showstoppers online, but with Showers control gained, peace of mind granted for but a moment. They still need
Güey,
to
ese
deal
muro está
with
loco,
potential
güey.
lurks.
They've actually pinged out where John Cutie was playing in the previous round, and everybody on Gen.G looking to group up over towards Hookah. So perhaps, you know, because they found that positioning previously, they're going to look to try to punish it. Look, again, setting up, making sure the crosshairs are in the right place, but John playing a different angle.
Yeah.
Escapes without any danger.
¿Y otra vez rotan?
Tens too. For Gen.G again, the whole pack just roaming around here, looking for
Oh,
those
wow,
openings.
qué
Here's
tiro,
BTF.
güey.
Talk this guy up, bigged him up for good reason. His mechanical abilities off the chart, and he can just solo open things up. Cool, calm, and collected with the
Oh
aim.
my God.
Has to really steady the hand now.
Buena
Through
kill.
and out into the site. And they have dropped the players for assaulting the positions.
30 seconds
Karen
left.
spotted. Tens holding position, just waiting for these reinforcements to come through. It's looking fairly clean.
Güey, ese 1, 2, 3 estuvo de la verga, güey. Güey, si agarran esta kill, pero con una Vandal se mueren los dos, güey. Ese double swing estuvo terrible, güey. Era mejor que el que hicieron en Breeze, pero estuvo de la verga todavía. Es 1, 2, 3, salió Tens corriendo primero, güey, y el otro güey llegó bien tarde, güey.
Focused heavily on Showers and B-Long. We saw much heavier focus towards Hookah, sure, on defense.
Seems to be a return to that, right?
It seems to a little bit, but bear in mind we've only seen it once prior to this. So that could have just been their game plan against Heretics. This defensive setup, for example, much more reminiscent of what they've been doing early on in this game and more similar to what they've done classically on the map.
Here's the Meteor Classic. As I was talking
O sea, el
about,
bonus
the guys
contra el
just
full
go
buy.
walkouts.
Y ese
Solo
full
play
buy
towards Showers,
se
tries to play off
ve
the timings as well,
no
and the
tan
noise
full
the
buy.
rest of his team makes.
And I would say that this is Munchkin's weakest map individually. I think that's one of the reasons that Sen will have picked this and felt confident about it too. Gen.G's map pool is just outrageously good, but this is probably down towards the bottom. If they're able to recover here and put up an excellent attack half, I mean, they might just be the GOATs. Who knows?
Let's see.
Y entraron full
Again,
fucking
now
Hookah.
seriously at this
Buen
bonus
perro.
round as a call being
W
made
perro.
fast. Look at that Stimmy. Tens following it through all the way into Lamps. Stunned up. There was that connection, and they are just running and gunning. Current stand a chance. A second go of things now. Dizzy. There's some value
Oh,
blinded
no.
up, but at least Lakia can stand his ground, rooted into place with 40 seconds left. Time.
Celsius.
Too much of a problem
Oh,
just yet.
no.
So they do slow it down.
Ocupamos
They've got
esa kill de
remaining
Celsius, güey.
players around. Sassy back
Buena.
inside. Ghost winning it, but now just facing all together.
30 seconds
Second
left.
realizing it, backs himself away now up towards heaven.
Lakia has to plant here with 3 HP.
Escuchan ese reload, ¿no?
Gonna be able to get into position to deny
Has to open
this.
himself super wide, but he takes the risk. Actually, just goes for the wider swing.
Buena.
And yes, he does go down. Straight bit of damage.
Oh
142
my
to chest and
god,
texture.
güey.
Back at the site, not accounted for. Gun round
Lo dejó a 10 de vida, güey. Yo pensé que sí lo había matado, güey.
Out. So no bonus to get away from them. SEN don't get that luxury.
But they've done an enormous amount of damage, honestly. GEN.G's economy is not going to be in an amazing spot here. You know, Guardian, Bulldog coming into the next one. And there was certainly danger. I love this decision to fight backside. It was a little disjointed from GEN.G, but a nice call. And SEN's defensive setup again prioritizes showers at the start of the round and B long. Quite different from the last time they played against.
Oh, wow.
Certainly does.
Lo agarró, güey, bien rápido.
Waiting out the mob.
No vio nadie, creo.
Just not scared at all. Look at this guy, wide facing. Not worried at all with the wall was down. Plenty of.
Ya pasó uno, ya pasó uno, ya pasó uno. Saucy, 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 tense, Saucy, tense. Buena. No.
How has he done that?
I'm not too
Oh,
sure. Jumping
no.
up and hopping up. That was a trailblazer kill that I just saw filling up the feed, but the spike
3v3.
dropped down. Texture will seek to reclaim this one, and all this action has happened with still a minute left on the clock.
What is Munchkin's call here? Zelsis is still waiting over by Showers, expecting them to use that teleport, because Sentinels have lost B long control. Love the play from Sassy and Tens, going for a fake B long re-clear and then a real one afterwards with the wingman. But it still left things in an even scenario. This
Aquí
is
ya van a
still
entrar,
looking
¿no?
like they could take the teleporter, but Munchkin's getting into more and more of a committed position.
30 seconds
Slowly
left.
now
Creo que
assuming
aquí van a entrar, güey.
correct positions, like they want to try and exec themselves into this site. Here it is. Munchkin has a snake bite, will send it flying. That's just to block off that CT exit and entrance. Still the face, and the fight is called. Munchkin. A lot more left to do now here with only a few seconds left. Removes the Seeker, it was pesky in his face, a bit of a problem, but again, time against him. And with the spike in the middle of nowhere.
No
Ya no tiene tiempo, ya no tiene tiempo, ya no tiene tiempo.
Zelsis,
Sí, sí, sí.
his way out.
Buena, buena.
Very well handled from Sentinels in this round, and Sassy stepping up. A lot of what Sassy has been doing on this team in this new version of Sentinels has been purely supportive. You don't often see him at the top of the scoreboard.
Oh,
putting himself
wow,
into
qué
positions
lucky ass
to
shot,
dominate
güey.
the same way that we saw him when he was on Loud. But this round, finding great impact. With the re-clear, with the swings as well.
Come on, baby.
shutting down GEN.G.
Come on, baby.
All of that economic damage that Sentinels did on the bonus now really paying dividends.
Stacking up. There's a much weaker buy and approach here for GEN.G descending.
Pero tienen un buen buy, güey, porque próxima ronda tienen para full buy otra vez. O sea, esta buy no está mal para GEN.G, al contrario, es muy buen fucking buy.
In the right moment, waiting for the team to back him up right.
Esto no parece un pinche como
GEN.G just contacting in, hoping that they can
un
take a
save
fight,
round,
save
güey.
out if
Este
it goes
parece casi
poorly.
un fucking
Sassy.
live buy.
He's the one to watch for
Oh
here.
my
Texture.
god.
Insane awareness shots.
Win trade, win trade, win trade. W trade, W trade, W trade.
Returning. Few of his own. The spam battle one out, or at least evened out.
Evened out, and Munchkin is looking to try to take this timing down short.
Oh, y aquí van a
Posted
saber,
himself
güey,
into
si
an
entran o
aggressive
no.
position. Second and Tens want to re-clear.
Or theft. Molly was sent flying.
Oh, they missed it.
Oh, he missed it. Still
Oh,
into the volley. How are GEN.G
my
finding all of these kills
God.
are onto the A side already?
That is ridiculous. I thought Tens and Zekken had the awareness that Munchkin was there, and Zekken, he ends up getting caught as well, so giving away his positioning. He's going to have to pull out heroics to get this. It's looking awesome for GEN.G.
Yeah, doesn't do anything there. GEN.G doubled up.
Fuck. Esta ronda es muy buena para GEN.G porque ya tienen buena economía.
Sentinels. Yeah, decisions be made for them. Backing away from this one.
Brutal
El otro
decision
equipo
that they
tiene
have to
más
make in this
economía,
spot.
güey, que fucking...
A terrible economy on Tens, Celsius, Sassy as well. How have GEN.G managed to pull that one away?
That's a confusing one.
Fuck.
It felt very similar, though, to that eco round that ended up swinging things when the score was something like 8-8, 8, you know.
Sí, pero no lo
It was
quiero
round
escuchar
17
en
actually, yeah,
español
on Breeze,
porque,
where Munchkin tucked
no sé, no me
underneath
gustan los
window
comentaristas.
over towards B, and he
Pero
made
sí está
that
más adelantado,
aggressive
está
move,
muy... Creo que
and he
está
got
adelantado
rewarded
como
for
por
it.
10
And
segundos.
this is similar again. There's a distraction play over towards B, and Munchkin gets into position. This opener is lovely. But I think what actually ruins them, oh, that's brutal. He just didn't hear the molly or realize. But this is the play that I think wins the round for them.
Yeah.
Munchkin finds the
Desde-
time to punish Tens and opens up.
No sé,
the
como
side
que
for
no
his
me
team to
gusta, no me
rotate.
gusta
SEN have been aware of that before. TenZ was looking to re-clear, but they just didn't go deep enough down short to catch Munchkin, hiding behind that box. Flips the economy on its head.
So si la ven van a tener ahí spoilers.
3 players that'll die to a double tap.
Really just trying to min-max as well, that money. Keep it flowing.
Oh my god. Oh my god, bro.
3. Drop down red, filling up the feed. Sassy, yeah, of course.
Oh my god.
Guns being reclaimed out in the open. No
Bro,
chance
what
left here, so
the
GEN.G
fuck?
all but certain now going to be that 3rd round. John happy to do a bit of that damage, but yeah, guess what, Meteor, he's not letting him get away with that.
Punishing the gun pickup instantly there. And I said earlier that from what I'd watched in Pacific, I thought Bind was Munchkin's weakest map individually. And I also said earlier that when I think about GEN.G, I'm thinking mainly about Texture, GARON, Meteor being the 3 powerhouse players. When Munchkin is finding plays and finding moments and winning duels like this, I truly believe this team's unbeatable.
Yeah.
Because it adds that additional layer. Munchkin ended up top fragging on map 1. He destroyed them last time these 2 teams played split. He's been outrageous in this tournament.
He's doing it again now here on Bind. Made off the Dizzy's contact and a fight as well out into the open.
Oh, sí, me habían puesto ardido, que soy un fan de Sentinels ardido. ¡Oh!
A little bit of chaos now strewn really into the mid.
Sí me habían dicho que era
No kill from that one though, and GEN.G wounded. Be limping themselves away now back over towards that A site.
Me dijeron ardido y yo,
I know that there's a brimstone around there with ult to be able to deny the plants. This isn't a round where GEN.G can just try to fight quickly.
Y yo,
They
okay.
actually smoked off the teleporter at the very beginning of the round as they took sand control, expecting a crunch from SEN. But instead, it was that double up under Hookah that did the damage and put GEN.G in this spot.
There's mid-rounder by Munchkin. Ball to just contact all the way in. He's done them.
No.
Still, they do have to worry about that ult, and there it is. Sent flying out to the back of the site. Lakia, pop flash play.
No.
Out and collected. All sorts of kills and damage.
Buena. Bueno, tiene spike. Tiene spike, por favor, no la cagues.
Glides and saves the day.
Oh,
Down to that
y ya la
1v2
agarró, güey.
still with the pit up. Munchkin. Plenty of options left here. Is he going to be aware of this? Potentially. Keeps the pit up. Tap.
He actually might be able to tap here and use the teleporter even, but he's looking to try to take the fight instead.
Trying to make a play. Every
Buena.
needs to be watched for, and it is.
Mueve.
What a round by Zelsis.
Yeah, 5 Merchant in the flesh.
Impeccable play there, and I love what GEN.G went for too. The awareness from this team is spectacular. They're thinking about the fact that they could get sand crunched at the start of the round. Then they call the mid-round over towards A, tap, and look to flash backside to punish the players.
Muy buena.
Trying to get into the
Sí,
pit
me
at that
dijeron
time.
ardido y yo,
Love what they did,
¿a
but
poco
Zelsis
sí? Yo dije,
shuts
pero
it
¿por
down
qué voy a
from
ser
his
ardido? Yo dije,
position on top in
dije, es que no tiene nada que ver con ardido, no lloré. O sea, porque ganó Sentinels. ¿Por qué debería de llorar?
To really show his dominance on the
Nada más
entry,
que no.
straight
¡Oh!
down mid.
No direct hit.
¡Güey, lo tentó!
Straight to the back wall. Yep, it's second.
Lo vio. Buena granada, lo vio granada.
Sent flying. Players seeking to try and plug up that gap as well. You can see them, GEN.G trying to swarm that position. Mosh pit does relieve that pressure, but
Oh, se llevaron a...
has dropped him down. Now to show
¿Sí lo mata? Oh.
And a bound. Second. Eventually claiming the kill, just using
Baños, ya salió. Fuera de baños.
He splits it up.
He's
Buen
distracted.
blind.
He's pulling 3 players over towards A. Munchkin, though,
No,
instead
pero
of
sí se van a ir,
rotating, decides to reinforce his player, who's in a deep position.
Es que si matan a este güey, va a ser un 3v1 retake.
Well, they're worried about a B lurk, so this might break it
Oh
themselves.
my god, por favor no den 1v1s, por favor no den 1v1s, por favor no den 1v1s. Por el amor de Dios, por el amor de Dios, por el amor de Dios.
Down at a triple point, and now there's the call. Finally, a TP by Munchkin gives the indicator again, but Sentinels left worried. They've made the right read on this one.
They have. If they double swing at the same time, they're going to be.
Por favor hagan double swing, güey. Gracias. Oh my god. Y ahora sí se va.
The ring around the roses straight through the TP. Munchkin though will be met or placed. It's going to be blocking them off, at least from being able to flood themselves back into it, but he actually didn't activate the orb.
And he didn't throw the snake bite either.
Bit of a misplay potentially, but now finally out into the open. A few bullets to pay for the price of that one, still alive.
SEN was so worried that Munchkin was fake tapping there that they didn't even get into backside in time.
Come on.
So now Munchkin's snakebite with the orb completely locks them off. They are worried, where could Munchkin be right now?
There's that misinformation strewn into the round. Now Munchkin has a snakebite. Can play it as the first point here. Sassy just sticking, holding with faith in his teammate right behind him, and you can feel it all the way through.
Let's go!
Paranoia settling in for John, but still he lands the shot in the end.
Great call by Sen, and a right smile on Munchkin. Look at that. Fantastic positioning by Zekken, and he hops over the top of it.
Oh, esa, güey, si no hubieran ganado esa hubiera sido muy... o sea, ese swing... Ya han ido 3 veces, güey. 3 veces sus double swings han estado a la verga, Han estado a la verga sus double swings. Ocupo que se pongan las pilas estos cabrones.
Their defensive setups are working, and another fight potentially here. They've got the read that Meteor just keeps placing Cam in similar positions.
That's why the fast face comes out, it looks like, from Sentinels, just making sure that they take away the Cam, don't let Meteor set himself up into that spot. With John QT, his pit blocks off at least one section of the B.
Oh, neta, ¿y qué tal? ¿Sí?
The mid-round timing. I mean, Zekken here maybe look to be bailed out by the Thrash. Yeah,
oh my god, este va a ser buen ulti, güey. Buen ulti, W ulti, W ulti, W ulti, W ulti. No, no, no. Tense, tense, tense. What the hell?
Everyone is here. All 4 players for Gen.G grouped up.
Tense,
Either going to be amazing or terrible for Sentinels.
Thrash being held in the Trailblazer. Here it is, sent flying, but it's no, it's a little bit late. It's delayed, it's delayed, it's delayed. Second.
¡Se agarró a 4! ¡O agarró 2! No.
He's barely crawling away there.
Oh my god.
But he will survive into this round. And guess where Meteor is? Go and walkabouts once more.
He made a noise.
So damn good at trying to play the map into this fashion. But yes, he did make a noise. And now the Seeker's being used. It will point him towards him. Has to break it. Drops down the cage. Direction. Gen.G turning in and facing over towards the B side. And again, Sentinels will be running and following them fast.
Wait, pasó.
Onto the heels inside the smoke. Meteor dominates the angle and dominates the space of his own neural theft down. Gen.G stand a chance and more. The decision to be made. They fight into the back of the site, and it is going beautifully for them.
Planted.
The pace from Gen.G is just far too much for Sentinels to deal
with.
This team reacts so quickly. The calls are amazing.
Damn, eso se puso muy cabrón.
The decision there, realizing
¿Lo están buscando? Voy a ver si me lo compro el otro mes. Sí, no, está muy bonito. Hay mucha gente que hace ese tipo de cosas y me encanta. Me encanta ver esos videos que gente hace como crash y de ciertas cosas y las hace ver muy chingón. Hay un güey en TikTok que vi que a mí me encanta Pokémon. Crecí con Pokémon. Y él hace 3D print Pokémones y no sé si los vende, pero están muy chingones. Yo no los compraría, pero me gusta ver. O sea, son como cosas que me gusta ver, pero no compraría. Porque no sabría ni dónde vergas ponerlo.
And while Sen felt like they were pulling away with
Ocupa un timeout, güey.
Round 7 and 8, it's actually them with a battered economy now.
Shoddy by.
Now Zelsus can still be a real difference maker.
Un judge.
Hookah. Do not count that out.
God damn, god damn. Güey, mínimo escucharon a 3 cabrones, güey. Mínimo, güey. Escucharon como a 3 cabrones, güey. Y eso no era una pinche Odin. Y este va a agarrar a 2 cabrones. Vas, Tense. Aviéntalo. Tense.
All that information.
Oh, bueno.
This timing could be absolutely
Hay
everything.
dos.
It's broken up close and personal. Knows that Gen.G have come knocking.
I wonder por qué no. Oye, ahora lo avienta bien tarde, güey. Lo aventó bien tarde. I wonder por qué.
Yeah, Dizzy only shot 1 person. So Gen.G might be thinking, right, they think we've left, let's re-hit B now.
Rooted in place. Maybe the noise. Dog.
Oh, no.
Presence over towards it.
No, way.
He calls it around to just triple up into Hookah, but with Lakia not spotting anything. Now the call has been made again. Another pivot here by Munchkin. He's cementing this idea that it's going to be that open side for them. They're not worried at all, are they? Nade, almost a punishment on it. Carroll
oh, wow.
gets out alive. Heal online too, so he will be topped all the way back
A
up.
Seconds. A Munchkin
This
le
is where
pegaron.
the Judge and the Stinger don't look so good anymore.
The post-line position is immaculate. Munchkin playing a deep angle into Showers, even just Lackey with a late rotate now doubled up with him. Too much to deal with here for Sentinel, surely. They'd have to just some absolute miracle shots, and they're already setting up and gearing up for it now.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Meteor is too fast onto the approach.
Oh no, güey.
Inside
Time out,
the
güey.
smokes,
Después de
inside
esta, güey.
every possible option that could have been there for Sentinels, and Zekken.
No,
the only thing
güey.
he's
Un
focused
timeout,
on his
güey.
mind is trying to get out with that gun, but even that
Necesitamos un
is
timeout,
denied.
güey.
5 to
Se
5.
les está yendo
Gen.G
esto a la mierda, güey.
making it nice and even here.
I'm loving this attack side calling from Gen.G. I think they're playing the macro game really, really nicely. It's been one of the things I'm most impressed with
man.
this team.
Wow,
one of the
no
reasons
mames.
I
Qué
had no
tiros.
idea Munchkin was capable of this. No. We've seen him at global events before,
Holy shit.
but bear in mind, nobody on Gen.G has previously been in a position to do this kind of thing. They are not the creme de la
Timeout.
creme of Korean
Bingo.
talent, at least not until this. It's unbelievable. Double outlaw here for Gen.G on the attack side, predicting the fact that SEN are going to be on an eco.
Maybe right. It would be right. Deep smoke dropped down here for Sentinels just to try and at least hold on to control of Bathroom Showers. Up towards that A-long angle, but B-long have a question entirely here, because again, walking slowly up towards it. Reactions on point for texture. Just sit through the wall. Sassy barely survives.
Very lucky for Sassy there. Does Meteor have a read that Zekken's in this corner? Zekken trying not to make a footstep while staying agile. No damage on Zelsis.
There's noise being made all over the place here for Gen.G. Just, I mean, how difficult it must be for Sentinels. They see the dog go up B long, the shots fired off towards A. Flash sees nothing.
That's ridiculous.
Flash sees nothing.
Anti-info and Sassy's leaving.
Wait, ¿qué
How
pasó?
has
¿Qué
that
pasó?
happened?
That is ridiculous. I have to see a replay of that one later, and it's already just being sold even further.
Wait, Saucy anda a una bala.
Snake bite, full combination. Terrible concoction. John QT, the sole defender, just needs to hold down his little portion of territory. But Meteor just seems so down
my
wherever
God.
he is. Hunts him down, sniffs him out.
Brutal situation for Sen to be in. This site's so difficult to retake Lakia. Oh, body block there for a moment.
Surely no chances though with the gun advantage for Gen.G. They are just cross-fired up out the wazoo, making sure that they can beam down anybody who tries to step past that mark.
Un 6-6. Me encantaría.
Zekken will take the death to be able to, oh, the kill, sure, to be able to get his ult online for the next round. But it's just all focus on round 12 here. Oh, and they're just playing with Sassy.
Dude, I thought he was going to go for it. I really did.
And any danger in the round for Gen.G.
Pa.
Completely upset by that bird telling lies over towards B long.
Let's see this one.
Yeah.
Way to go. Not
Flashes
too
around.
sure.
I mean, it just goes into garden, but everybody's playing an anti-flash position. I'm not sure on purpose there, really. Just happened to give terrible information.
God damn.
The bird disappeared without a whimper. A canary in the coal mine, and Sentinels quickly did the same. 3 ops online for Gen.G here, looking to try to close things out if Sen.
God damn.
Okay.
3 ops, güey.
They've all got rifles, I would assume, to be able to pick back up as well.
Round 12, final round of this first half.
And actually a really important one, I think, for Sen to be able to get online. You know, they've got the ults here. Zelsis one away from having an orbital strike too.
All it takes is one misstep though. One opened up body, just trying to gather the information from Sentinels. It might just go down to it. Zekken again.
Oh no.
Eager for the fight, eager for it indeed.
Oh my god.
The first punish online. I mean, operators across the field. It's Kieron just plucking tens out of the picture.
And that reaction trying
Y ya
to set
dejaron
up
todos
the
los
Showers
ops.
crunch where Zekken could re-ult back onto Meteor. Didn't realize Meteor had already left. They'd read the play and punished the reaction.
Hiding inside the smoke, doubled up now. They want to flood back into this one, trying to catch
Oh, buena, buena.
Here it is, doubled up
Buena
high low,
skills.
Sentinels. This might be the right read for them, but Lakia.
Oh my god, buena skills, güey.
So damn fancy. Might have brought them a window of opportunity, a chance. Very narrowly. Nade rebounds, but not enough to stop this one. And Zekken still has the rocket. Showstopper available. Pit Now going to be dropped down here with the rocket to clear through and out over the top. It's lifeless.
Sí lo mata.
But he snipes him anyway.
Let's go.
Expected a position. Sentinels claiming the 6.
Güey, what ese ulti, güey.
GEN takes over in the 11th hour to tie this one up at the half.
Let's go.
But if this is where SEN thought they had the biggest advantage over GEN.G, this first half has taught them that they are not going quietly. This map pool, it's an ocean for GEN.G.
Oh,
Lovely play from Sassy there, utilizing the brim smoke, ducking, dipping inside of it. But this is anybody's game.
Right. A series of unknowns, really. As we
Nah, y luego todavía te dicen, no, ¿cómo puedes odiar a GEN.G, güey? O sea, ellos sí te hablan mierda, güey, pero cuando haces una jugada, güey, todavía te dicen, buena, güey, acá. Te mamaste, perro.
Eyes peeled now onto this pistol round.
And I know that Sentinels have changed up a lot since the last time they played Bind against Heretics with this composition. But when we saw them play, it was a lot of short execs with late showers backstabs. Have they got more in their arsenal? Are they prepped against what GEN.G are going to bring out here?
No, güey, eso no me gusta, güey.
This is a must-win map for them.
Lakia feeling the heat now and the pressure from that one. Bundle of util be going to be used. Trailblazer holding his ground just for a moment, baits it out the shots, but he does get the info that he was after.
Oh, Ten's taking the ult up there when I think he was aiming to pick up Wingman.
I'll be happy with both.
Yeah, didn't get punished for either. GEN.G are so happy to follow the noise and trust the read with their defensive rotates. This is such a key thing when you watch them. They stack sites like nobody's business. You've got to run fakes against them. And now, Trailblazer coming down short, trip broken, that starts to pull Texture away. But only for a moment. He realizes there's nothing following it, and they trust their gut and stay on B.
30 seconds.
It's so difficult to sell a fake against these guys.
30 seconds left.
But I think
30 segundos. Tienen que entrar de a huevo, güey, acá, Ya, o sea, ya no hay nada. Tienen que entrar a
And I said, these 4-1 execs, they were bread and butter for SEN.
Mutia, is he going to be spotted? He's playing deep tucked inside that smoke, and he could again be the difference maker. Guarding, body of Wingman, orbs picked and placed back up. Plant down here for Sentinels. It's all about how he gets played into the post, but Mutia, he was spotted out. Wide into the smoke, Nade flushing him into the back of the side. He is down and low, but hopefully a heal online, potentially there. Still, need to hold down onto this ground here for Sentinels, in through lamps, and GEN.G, they are methodical in the nature, the way that they approach a lot of these retake situations. It all comes down to the minutiae, these tiny little details. Flooding now, front of the site, shots found and kills finally online.
Wait, pero están
on half already. Has he bought them time enough potentially for GEN.G here with 2 players left? Lakia, the orb, at least there.
Oh my god.
Found and out and defended. You're joking. You're
Bro.
From the first Masters event, coming out here in the most recent Lakia, so clutch. These shots are unbelievable towards the end. Defending from every different
What
avenue,
the fuck?
popping off.
Oh my goodness.
Lakia se mamó, güey.
Lakia himself said in a recent interview with Pedro Romero,
Güey,
his biggest mistake in his
para
career was
romperle el
joining
mental a
DRX
estos
in the North
cabrones,
East
güey.
Strikers after having that
Es
success
una
in his first
misión
Masters event.
muy cabrona, güey.
Yeah, imagine that.
Cold.
Y
And
vio
now
a todos, güey.
he's overtaken that team that he ended up joining and having more success here in a grand finals.
Potential off the charge, but Sentinels is a great charge out wide and open. Look at the molly.
Ya murieron dos, güey.
Collected. Growled into it. GEN.G obviously favored. He's got the spike and he's in their spawn.
It's a weird one.
It is a really strange one.
Actually, if Karen ends up going down, although I don't see how he possibly could,
Not with the judge, surely not.
but the A site would be open. There is simply no way.
Just understands the timings inherently.
All left on GEN.
Ya lo vio. Fuck.
I knew his back sight. Call being made from his teammate. Second. Earns himself a plant at least here. Really, shouldn't be any opportunities for him to win it out. It'd have to be a bundle of mishaps and mistakes here from GEN.G to really topple this one. So
these are just the consequences of Gen.G
No.
winning a beautiful pistol round here.
Fuck,
They get
man.
themselves up to 8.
Puta
He's
madre,
going to
güey.
take the defuse. He's now only 2 away from getting Seekers online. They know that Karen's saved the Judge into this as well, so might anticipate him being positioned over to Hookah for the next. Normally, that's going to be Munchkin's job, defending onto Hookah. And when I was watching Gen.G playing Pacific, on defense, they loved to push. Not in a coordinated early round manner, but just looking for those mid-round timings, trying to abuse the fact that on bind, teams don't
Fucking
tend to be
shit,
as
bro.
spread across the map, watching everything all the time. And of course, SEN's comp doesn't have the Cypher to be able to rely on. Those trips are not going to be there in market, so if anybody finds the mid-round push timings, they're good for it. And it is Munchkin looking to cover Hookah, while Karen picks up short.
Este full buy es muy importante para Sentinels.
Sentinels. Clearly aware that Munchkin likes to play that aggressively. I think this side is where we've seen weaknesses from Munchkin before, but he also loves to take fights so much that if he's on fire as he has been today, and he was in their last match, he could easily be the win condition.
Oh no, güey, esto no me gusta, güey. Dos cabrones en A están bien agresivos. Aquí está este güey con el...
But Bren, if the Judge wasn't in Hookah, where else is it going to be other than short?
Now they're walking right into it. Caron. Too much
No lo vio, güey.
Anyway,
Oh my god.
lands a shot.
I mean, sí buen trade, güey, pero...
Turn that fire now. Flash blinded. Texture still only for a moment. Sen's line an 8. Now there's 45 seconds here for Sen. Collect yourself and cool down your senses. Enough for potential pivot to a different area, but they've committed the smokes. And they want to know what his last play is. That Texture.
My god.
What is that? Pulling away. Trip's still not dealt with. Lighting these players up. Yeah, John QT is right there again. TP through. That was only Zelsis. What is the call to be made? Bonus round for Gen.G finally. Full committal. But they're going to be walking again into Munchkin. Never losing his ground here. Always holding on to this.
Y ya no tienen pájaro, ya no tienen nada, güey. Tienen que entrar como changos, güey.
Gen.G just have such an immaculate read. Every position, every scenario. It's all accounted for.
Se está...
It's these defensive rotations
está
again, Brent. Gen.G is
cayendo
so
todo,
far ahead of
güey.
it. Sen think that they've got the
Se le
timing
está
to be able to
derramando
go through the
todo, güey.
teleport like that. Gen.G have already got Meteor not just over towards B,
La
but
esperanza
already
se está
set up a
cayendo, güey.
crossfire with
Cada
Munchkin.
ronda, güey.
And beautiful little bait play there. Munchkin letting himself be seen
Estos
first, dragging
cabrones,
into
güey,
Meteor's crossfire.
no sé qué comen, güey.
When you watch Gen.G on defense,
Pero tragan
you
Valorant,
would call
güey.
it over-rotating if it wasn't winning so often. They have such a trust in the read. This nade to push Texture away from his position.
Nasty one landing right on top of the box. Satchel. Second setup now with this Bucky forward position, but
Y está en esta ronda, güey.
Meteor. Oh, Meteor.
Oh my god, qué buena
What a
kill.
snap to the side. That's the wrist breaker there from Sassy, and hello. What a time to come alive here for Sentinels. Much needed, much anticipated now. Texture
No.
trying to dodge and juke that.
Sí,
time.
pero el otro cabrón, el de cajas, ¿qué?
It's back to all of them, chasing them down, hunting them down. Sassy
Got your trail.
wants even more. Offloading the Seekers. Why not? A winnable spot, a winnable position. Caron. All alerted to the presence, but he picks up the rifle almost with the pre-fire. Still 2 versus 4. Spike has to get planted here, so Sentinels will at least earn that.
Everybody on Sen inside lamps. It's a really unusual
Oh
post-plant
my
position.
god.
Gaps to be played within. Sentinels cannot let this one slip, not after losing previous gun round, not after losing most of the scenarios where they had that advantage. Thrash off that tap. Satchel over the top here and a seek to punish. There it is. Texture, last one left, last one alive through the box. Nade.
Por favor, no le den el
Again.
one fucking one, por favor. Por el amor de Dios.
Trying to play this one just with a little bit of intelligence. And John gets that information.
Oh my
Shot to
god.
the head. Thrifty here.
Qué buen
Master
Thrifty.
well earned.
What a timing for it too.
Puta madre, güey.
Definitely felt like Gen.G was running away with
Puta
this
madre,
game.
güey.
And this is a must-win.
Esto se
map
está
for Sen.
poniendo
This is
muy
where they felt
cabrón,
the
güey.
most favored. This was their pick of all of the maps they could have gone to. And as the desk was mentioning earlier, they're kind of playing for the 3-1, hoping they don't even need to get to Icebox. Incredible shots being hit there, and Sassy on fire here on Bind. We expect to see those a little more, I think, from the Gen.G players. But here it is.
Great time.
Texture with an operator.
Tienen dos ultis, güey.
Yeah. He's got himself onto a really nice forward angle. Spotting out this operator is going to be pretty key and essential here for Sentinels, but they don't have anything concrete to clear it out. Look, even a Dizzy just clears it. Jump spot from second was really out wide, but giving up that space. But Gen.G putting such a heavy premium on control of just both B long and showers. Even got the cam set up. Munchkin willing to hold it down.
Yeah, and they've actually not really heard much on either site. Caron goes for the gamble over towards B. I'm interested.
Munchkin.
Oh my gosh.
Didn't quite find the timing to take a duel, but he's now tucked in a position going to get cleared by that flash.
Yeah, certainly should be. Zekken eager to take the fight there with a boombot just right behind him. He knows the rough position here of Munchkin.
Caron's back immediately over towards A. So there's still 3 players defending this.
But only 30 seconds roughly left here. Mosh Pit sent flying over the top now as well. Trying to take the space. It's only 10 and he's left alone to his own devices.
¿Qué fucking call fue eso, güey?
That's a spike drop down on top of it. It needs to be heroics and it needs to be masterful play at that. Munchkin almost going down to the stray satchel, but it matters not. Overwhelming aggression from Gen.G. Full lockdown in approach
Oh,
and play.
güey, ¿qué pasó ahí, güey? ¿Por qué dejaron a Ten solo, güey?
The stack, the crossfire, way too much for Sen to deal with. And not just that, Gen.G fighting close. Not trying to hold into backside and rely on the fact that, you know, they'll give Sen the play and try to push through smokes or anything like that. They fought almost even before Meteor was taking contact from the short trips. Look, they pick off 10s here. They're looking to try to fight them in short. They mollied off showers as well, so Zekken couldn't help.
Güey, Gen.G se ve imparable, verga. Imparable. Estos cabrones es la muralla china, güey, o qué pedo, güey.
Gen.G tries to make the plays that other teams would hesitate to make. That's a very conscious thing that they've come into this year trying to do. We are going to try to be the team that picks that timing and fights you.
Been working so damn well for them here. Gen.G.
Look at the rotates, Brent. Look at the rotates.
Set up and yeah,
There is less than 10 seconds into the round, and they're planning to 5-stack B.
Second showstopper. Loose here was vulnerable, but up close to the corner to clear. Blinded.
Oh my gosh.
That's it. Sentinels. They found an advantage, but it's about converting it now into a round win.
And they've got an inkling that there's a ton of players here stacking the side.
Se regresa que se cure, ¿no?
Pull the trigger and go for the rotate through the teleport, which would have been a play to open up the A site for a free plant. They found themselves that player advantage, and now Gen.G with the players stacked looking to re-explore.
Oh man, look at this call to contact re-clear. Are they going to be ready with the rifle play?
Buena.
It is Sentinels.
Oh my god.
Clean sweep there, out towards it.
Holy
out
shit.
to the open. That slight pause keeps them alive for now. And it was really necessary, Josh. I mean, you end up losing that one. Gen.G up to 11.
No, my god.
Been dwindling. Sentinels getting...
Güey, aquí qué vergas pasó, güey.
But what is this? The timing on that Dizzy.
Yo pensé que...
Just blinds luck.
¿Cómo mató a alguien?
Yeah. Well, he was 1 HP, I think, after he went
Oh
for
my
the
god.
as well. Yeah, so just... But still, caught down extraordinarily low.
Holy shit.
And the crowd here behind Sentinels,
8-10.
willing them forwards.
Not easy rounds that Sentinels are winning.
They're not at all. Again, Gen.G had 5 players B.
That's fast though. Second.
Oh.
It's in front of the snakebite as well. A little bit of damage, almost a kill onto Lackey. It's good damage. It's going to be permanent. There's no heal online. At least he can't heal himself. Now the Trailblazer for the re-clear. Munchkin.
One trade.
Again. He just goes down with it.
Yeah. And
Lucky está una bala, güey.
Munchkin ends up getting punished, and it's looked rough for Gen.G. We haven't seen very much of it. Munchkin's been playing a superb game, but that's the kind of stuff that was happening in Pacific, and SEN have taken full advantage. There's 3 players very close to key ultimates as well, though the orb is not here. SEN put another pause in the round, maybe hoping that Gen.G would do another exploration. They've got to be cautious about Texture's ultimate, and Garon's, for that matter. The more they let the time click, the more that those ults could just win it for Gen.G.
John's just waiting for the fuel here, just to prop both of it up, make sure he can clear some of this util. Trip. Spotted and broken. Not be pulling any of the Gen.G players away. It looks like positioning is being shifted. No. Still a reclear of Texture. He's happy to hold this close angle.
30 seconds left.
This one he has the rocket available to him. Another trip. This time. Noise pressure on either side. The TP rotation is now core with 20 seconds left. Guess what?
What about
gone now?
What about
from
Charon's
Texture.
ult?
Charon's ult, yeah, it's not really going to be handled here at all, and that's going to be sending it out with Wingman. He's going to be broken. No, they disabled it correctly, but it does catch on the second.
Oh my God.
GRAN is online, 4v4 though. A must win for Sentinels, must win indeed.
The flank.
Se agarró a alguien. Oh, bueno, bueno.
Lakia punished for it. At least recognizing SEN the weaknesses of their own compositions, but is immediately answered and evened back out.
Oh my God,
got
dos
no
contra.
advantage now for GEN.G here with the ult. Here's the first tap, but he's waiting for the second point. Charon's fast onto him. Charon's fast onto him. Already approaching and expecting that position, and he just has to let it rip anyway before anybody even taps. GEN.G so fast.
Let's go!
Sentinels shut
Let's go!
down.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
The tension in those kind of rounds when it gets down to a post plant is palpable. Sentinels were so close
my
to
God.
major ults getting online. And I think if Zelsis hadn't found the kill to be able to get
Oh
his
my
on,
God, esa kill, güey.
there was all the chance in the world that that round was going towards GEN.G. Tens with 2 gorgeous kills towards the end off the back of the Dizzy. And GEN.G forced to take a timeout. Their first
Güey, es el primer timeout, güey, que veo, güey, de estos hijos de puta, güey.
Seen a slight variation in how they played the defense. We'll have to keep an eye.
No pueden perder esta, güey. No pueden perder una fucking contra un thrifty. Buena. O sea, no pueden perder este thrifty, güey. Y que les den un thrifty, güey.
Really fester and wonder about what went wrong there. Now it is explosive second through and out to the elbow position.
Buena.
Spraying down texture. This is explosive into the back.
Buena, buena, buena. Falta uno.
Stand their ground,
Let's
they
go.
can't hold their candle. Not against the
W round, W round.
Huge one. Clean
W's in the
one.
shit.
Tie the game up.
W's in the shit.
And those ults that were close to being able to be put online a couple of rounds ago.
W's in the
Where
shit.
Zelsis Orbital and Strike
I
made
need
all
the
the
max
difference. Now
win.
look at them.
I need the
Huge
max
tools
win.
available to SEN. If they're able to lean on those, it will knock the GEN.G economy once more. And the game
Tres ultis, vergas.
GEN.G had under some level of control will start
Tres
spiraling away
ultis.
from them.
Come on.
GEN.G
Lock the fuck in, baby.
Now.
The stack, 3 players over towards B to start, and Charon in a very committed position.
Super committed, but he backs away now with the knife out. Close tucked here. Sentinels.
I mean, this is looking like you
Ese
flash
ángulo
to
que
try to put
hace,
pressure
güey.
on people, yeah. And second follows it
Ese
up.
mash, ¿dónde
Ocean Seekers with a
queda?
flash on top, like you said, Josh here, sending it flying. Zekken is eager for the engagement, even more so. Spots
Buena.
out Munchkin. First one to fall, fills up that feed for them nicely here. But GEN.G might even look to just try and fight back with the pit down. Something has to really dislodge this one here. Maybe even a few stray bullets. Sassy finally planting, elbow control for them. On top of that, it's Hookah.
They didn't plant though. They're still getting it down now, and GEN.G are taking elbow control in the meantime.
Might work against them because it has cut off these angles, and the core mate to contact works out beautifully. Thrash through with the flash as well. On top of it, it comes down to how can they win these kills out? Second, as the Wrangler the Beast that is his right.
Let's go!
Like beacons, but it matters not. Sentinels. It feels like almost the first time here in this series. I'm sure it's not, but they get that lead, at least by 1.
Holy shit.
And relying so heavily on getting those ults up. Look at this play, Munchkin.
Güey, un desverga ahí, güey.
Playing for retake. He was just hoping to go 1-for-1 in this spot. But Zekken's entry has so much to help him. Seekers coming from B long, a thrash, nade into back.
Let's go. Necesitan que romperle el mental a estos cabrones, güey.
To drop the nuclear codes and just send that one into B. And it's a great time to do it too.
Oh!
Punish on Alakia. Huge. Great read that he was going to be going for the ult orb at the start of the round.
That's play just going their way.
Yeah, that's what you need. You need to keep these anti-ecos clean for SEN if you want them to start building up. Because GEN.G are super dangerous in these kind of moments. You cannot count them out. They're so apt to take risks in these rounds that have paid off well in the series so far.
Se van a dar a Sassy, ¿no?
Hookah, it's a smart call as well. You don't want to walk into those shotguns, but the trips close will cause some issues here.
Ya lo agarró
Just
Sassy.
used all 3 of his smokes, one I believe, to drop off Hookah, so they've got to commit while these smokes are up.
Fine with a trip, get any values just over and above the top of it here. Second satchel now to see the 4 position will meet you down.
Buena.
Really no more danger. Sentinels. They are steady as anything here. They can feel it on the precipice of getting that 12th round here. A critical map in the juncture that is this series.
Texture and Munchkin really with no chances in the round.
Oh my god.
Looks to take the fight instead of relying on
Buena.
the double up.
Zelsis. Safe pair of hands there. Rifle in them. Make sure that there's no funny business.
And Munchkin, you can see the motor mouth popping off there. Just gonna save and take this time to address with his team what the game plan is once rifles get online in round 23. Because this is crunch time.
Esto es como un
Gen.G
timeout,
need two
güey.
in a row to just drag this to
O sea, nada más
overtime.
esperar y hablar con tu equipo, güey. Y luego ya matarte a la
They
verga.
do not seem happy with the idea that SEN are going to be able to win on their map pick. There is still a chance for Gen.G to get back into this one.
Come on.
These recent rounds have all gone the way of SEN. A reminder, though, that they did it by using ultimates. Even here, Zekken pops the showstopper to be able to get into B. So Gen.G, do they actually need an
Y otro
adjustment?
timeout.
Wow.
Not just the save for Munchkin to talk. Now a timeout called, the second of the
Holy
map.
shit.
To
Let's
allow
go,
the coaches
baby.
Team needs some magic. They need it now. He's backing away. It's just that aggressive cam.
He's been putting that there a lot, though.
Yeah.
They've already seen that in a couple of post-plant situations. SEN are going to know. It could trigger some kind of showers crunch, though. So they've got to be a bit cautious. Look, Tens, Zekken, ready to punish the players that might come through the teleport, using Sassy as bait. And now they walk forward, get Seekers online.
Texture. Close up onto the angle. Dog broken. Boombot as the first layer of contact.
Munchkin
here.
pushing out through
at his
sand,
feet
Brent.
is Munchkin, and he's been doing this at least in the qualifiers. It could be a punishable element. They have to be aware of it. Gaps in the play for Sentinels, and it looks like Celsius is seemingly clearing most of this. But they've left that tiny, tiny window.
Oh no.
These are slow rotates. Zekken, though,
Sí.
making a little bit of noise. Munchkin's going to
Oh
make the
no.
call. Look at these rotates from Gen.G. All coming,
¿Sí lo vieron?
beating the rotate,
No way.
getting into B.
Flooding back in.
And Munchkin has not overplayed his hand. Makes sure that he just feeds the info his team needs. And what a call this is.
Gets the hell out. 30 seconds. This is going to be a full committal. Straight into the more out wide. They're not
my
expecting
God.
it. Gen.G players holding their ground, rooted and snared into place, but they're willing to just fight tooth and nail. Spike dropped down. Molly's at the feet. Nobody can advance. Nobody can step over the line. There's going to have to be those shots. It's going to have to be that firepower. But again, is it enough? Is it enough?
Oh
It's
my
not.
god.
Meteoric from Meteor himself.
And what a call by Munchkin, man. We saw
Fuck.
him go for those sand pushes all throughout.
Güey, era Loki imposible, no sé cómo recuperaron esto para poder casi iban 5 contra 3.
He main choke, and he is going to layer it down. Needs to be defended in time, but here's that showers fight. Molly drop down. Gen.G walking. Gen.G walking. Gen.G
Buena.
walking, but losing the fight.
Otro.
It's up to Lakia. Hold it down and stand his ground.
No!
The short players, and Lakia
Fuck.
comes up huge. You're joking. Getting away with murder.
It just flips in an instant.
Fuck.
Gen.G not happy to just sit inside the pit. Pushed outside of it. Managed to get a kill. 2 up towards short. Outrageous decision from Munchkin and the Gen.G coaches coming out of SEN's TAC timeout. And now funneling the final 2 survivors straight into these trip setups.
Esto va a ser muy cabrón.
This just looks absolutely brutal for SEN to deal with.
Dire straights. Not only the trips, got to worry about Charon's ult, delaying, denying. Meteor himself as well, he's just tucked. Safe position. Not out wide, there won't be any punish onto these trips, but they're not going to walk into it anyway, it's just concealed, but that TP through Munchkin.
They just
He's
know.
just got to read, I mean, they just know. Now with the cam, they spotted it all, and look at that, Charon sends it and splits them up. For OT, all the way here, Gen.G not going to be denied it at all. John QT dropping to the floor.
Nos vamos a overtime.
Let's go again, shall
Puta
we?
madre.
Yeah, full committal into the calls that are being made here, but the sides are swapped around now. Opening a round of OT. Meteor making a go of this one here. Cam attacking, but already through the choke point. Still, they deal with him. Pesky intruder out towards, and showers control is going to be essential. What is the call now for Gen.G?
A plan for backside here and taking control of the defense spawn seems like a good idea. But Gen.G don't want to commit to it just yet. Now Karen's got 1 smoke to play with. You can smoke off Heaven, you can have somebody watch over towards Pipes, but they're not making a decision here. They're slowing down and they're kind of trapped.
Waiting for Munchkin.
Yes, but what is Munchkin really going to do? TenZ is on a great angle at B long.
It's just all hinging on this, isn't it? It's an off angle at that.
I just don't see how Munchkin clears this.
Oh, let's go.
Yes. Spoils it for Munchkin here, TenZ.
It's weird though because they don't know where GEN.G
Por
are.
favor, no se muevan.
Up Heaven, all sorts of
Wait,
spots.
chequen todos sus ángulos, vergas.
Here by Sentinels, meeting them
Buena.
right into texture, but he wasn't waiting for it as a trade attempt.
Let's
for
go.
Caron. He will fall too.
Let's go!
Everybody topples, Sentinels. Flawless here.
W's in the
First
shit.
round OT.
W's in
Another
the
chance
shit.
to seal up this map.
I need the max
Rare
win.
moment of hesitation, I think, from
I
GEN.G
need the
there.
max
Munchkin
win.
Clearly wanted to take matters into his own hands and was hoping that
I
GEN.G
need the max
would
win.
find Sentinels making a mistake, going and re-exploring A for information. But Sen was
Let's
so
go.
happy on B. Just one watching spawn, one
W's
watching
in
B
the
long.
shit.
Very good patience and diligence from Sen to get themselves up to yet another map point. They've got to start closing these though.
It's integral. You look at the overall map pool in this best of 5 grand finals. It's an uphill battle almost all the way through. Bind is a necessary component that they need to take away.
Brent, Munchkin's in a really committed position here at Hookah. I don't see how he dodges Boombot Dizzy.
Here it is.
Oh
It's
my,
a
oh
fight
my
to
god,
one.
no fucking way, bro.
How
No
are you doing something like
fucking
that,
way,
Munchkin?
bro.
The two best players, arguably, on Sentinels. Put down like nothing.
Finds that timing before the utility's used perfectly. This is going to get scrappy though because they want to fight over the spike. They're not content with just playing the numbers advantage.
He is willing to join them, but he has cut off that angle here with the Trailblazer not broken
Weird.
down. Is he actually going to be stunned up? Bullets raining through. TP core texture is right there, fast in it. Here's the reinforcements. Here's the whole bloody team. Everybody joining the fight and the fray. Fast rotation. Stimmy. Evacuation.
Sigan.
That's an amazing read by Sentinels. They know that all three players are there, and this is a race that Sen have won. Rare for them to be able to beat the defensive rotates, but a rare mistake as well from GEN.G. They
Here
haven't
it
got the
is.
plant down.
Sassy here's
Oh
the miscues.
my God, no mat-
Guesses incorrectly. The gamble not paying off still. Not willing to give up that space, but finally here, Mazaus is out in the but still the kill found 2v2, running and gunning to just retreat and cover that section. Now the defuse, Meteor sticking all the way. Spray down half. Oh,
Let's go!
will be it.
Let's fucking go!
Sentinels, even it up 1-2-1. And I
G grouped up over towards Tiles. Both teams, when we saw them play against Paper X, did a lot of the defensive set plays.
Sentinels defendiendo primero.
But I think that was a specific anti. I don't know whether we're going to see as many of them here. It's a trap play in mid for Sen. Turret to watch contact over towards B.
The question is, how do Sen pivot now that the turret takes a contact? It's going to be Zekken. Eyeing it up onto the angle. Orb. Kicked up. Now a smoke.
And this is quite nice because once you break the turret, you actually break the trap setup in mid as well. So Sen's setup that was dangerous to walk mid on, dangerous to walk cat on, now gets dismantled a little. The macro game continues to be played really beautifully by GEN.G.
Taking a bit of a wander now, straight down mid. Of the alarm bot to notify them of this one here. Sentinel's potential chance of the reclear, but no, just a shock dart. Bit of damage now onto Munchkin. Now steps going to be made with the alarm bot broken. Here it is, the flurry and rush from the Sentinels players. They have
Celsius
to
has
really
flash.
back them up. He does have the flash. Paranoia goes wide and does
Buena.
not connect onto the necessary target, and that is Zekken still.
Buena.
With that dash, spraying away, quite praying
Buena.
as well. It's all Sentinels.
Spike down, defender
Collecting and
spawn.
colliding. Only two left to stand here for GEN.G. Munchkin lack here. Side by side. Now, there is damage done, but the door has been broken into their face. And with only 12 seconds left, Spike drop down and spawn on top of it. You have to make a good go of this if you are GEN.G. You have to take liberties. How's he got away with that then? Time? 4 seconds, barely enough, but now broken.
Let's go!
In place. Zekken slaps him down with that one. A pistol round now granted here for Sentinels.
W's in the
Zekken gets
shit.
clean up
Let's
in
go,
front of two,
baby.
But his positioning tucked behind the box.
Fucking go.
Even the pick on Meteor, I believe it was, who tried to push lane. That's the one that's huge. This kill right here.
They win fucking
If he ends up
kilo.
losing it, Celsius is under pressure. Suddenly the B side looks like it's going to fall a little. Very good setups from Sen. From the pistol into the adjustment.
No, Celsius.
All looking good.
Siéntate.
Somebody to keep an eye on as well. I mean, second, let's seal it up onto that pistol round here. Getting a bit of acknowledgement, but will be
Hoy
taking
flasheó
down
a
that head-to-head,
este
him versus
a
Texture.
Tense.
Another great map too on Bind. Seeing how that made manifest. Will there be a continuation into the series? Yet to be seen. Now Gen.G looking to just take control, maybe get an orb if they can, but they're really just being
Buena.
fought over this every step of the way.
Yeah, mowed down. Not really funneling the ult orbs into the players that would want them most. That's a silver lining to what has otherwise been a very simple round so far. Trying to bait out the second shot so they could punish.
Let's go!
But second with the ghost as well. Yeah,
Woo!
knocking that one out.
So that is flawless.
Yeah.
Sentinels can now set themselves up going into that third round here. Really critical
Que
one.
se siente que no la move. No, vamos. Va. Sí, que se siente, que se siente. Es que está muy activo, está muy cabrón el cabrón.
You know, flash recon into mid. Have Tens teleport into a smoke.
Anda muy activo. Tiene que, o sea, lock in. Sí, emocionate y todo, güey, pero lock the fucking. No estoy diciendo que está jugando mal, pero necesito que no hay que emocionarnos, güey. Job's not done, diría Kobe.
No time wasted with that one, just a flash to get
Job's
control
not done.
towards A main. Deep knife. Quite deep enough, actually, really. Looking to tag. Or it does, in fact, actually, now, but the turret's going to be broken with the Nana Swarms. Still not deaded.
Wow, este plant, qué pedo.
Now they're popped. Karen took one of them out and gets a safe door down.
Insane pathing by Gen.G, just avoiding all that Sentinel utility, but it does set it up now for the 5v5 retake. Now, of course, guns not on the side here for Sentinels, but they do have the util. They have been clean with it in the past. Texture wants to take the fight there, but caught out in the open with the paranoia. Tight into these positions, being flooded and swarmed.
Buena.
With the bullets to spray them down. Reflank attempt now in through it. Tens, he spots it, but doesn't expect the second player. Still, Celsius not being able to stick that defuse. He can't even get second onto it, and the damage has been done to all of them. Sassy has to really stick this one and pray for his life.
No! Oh my god. Estaba nada.
So that's a very expensive round to get on the board for Gen.G.
Pero buen bonus.
I like the idea
Buen
that they went
bonus.
for there. Two
Fue
players
un buen
punching,
bonus.
calling it, going for the wrap, back down through catwalk, and then playing it one at a time. So Tens thinks he's dealt with that post-plant lurk. And Meteor's able to pop through.
Oh.
At the end of the day, though, I think that's a win in the column for SEN.
Yo también ya terminé.
They've done quite a bit of damage, kept the economy under control for Gen.G, and got themselves the ode in the op. Big tools to work with.
Massive tools.
Ooh.
Essential, really, to any good hold of Ascent on the defensive sides.
Qué hermoso.
Really peeked down mid, but twice about it, I think, off the back.
Deja
of all that
cambiarlo
noise that Gen.G
de
are
putazo.
making. Open for a bit of a tussle here. Now the drone does tag. Will there be any danger for Tens inside the position? This time Texture aware of it. Flash through around the back as well, but he can't get the second one. At least his teammates can. Lakia cleaning up duty for him and now retaking with the
Oh my god.
second, a stray shot. Gamble in that position.
Spike planted.
Oh! Ridiculous.
Güey, ¿a quién se llevaron?
This is one of the situations
Oh,
where
se
you
llevó a
just need to
Seconds, güey.
dominate it.
Ya agarra
Get
OP
out of
y
there.
a ahorrar, güey. No hay
Not a
mucho
fan
por
of that
hacer aquí,
defensive
güey.
hold.
No hay mucho por
The
hacer
smoke
aquí,
that
güey.
Tens is using, got no problem with that. The one way used to be more standard, but plenty of teams running the full smoke that blocks up A main. It's really annoying for the attacks to deal with. You're seeing that Lakia is investing the drone pretty much every time.
No hay mucho por
And
hacer.
actually, if they start to get the read on that, you know, Tens or Celsius could start dominating that smoke and trying to spam him down when he's going for the drone. There are little counterplays that you can do, but just not a huge fan of the timing that Tens chose to try to get back into the kind of A main cloudburst the Texture had thrown. The attackers are going to be in there a little faster most of the time.
No, son las
So
armas
SEN
más
still
grandes.
blinding. They still kept
Damn.
dropping the Odin.
Aquí
There it is,
Tens
that
maybe se pudo haber llevado
pressure on
otro, güey.
Celsius, then backpedaling. Yeah, that's-
Wow,
that's
ese
fair.
tiro,
That's
güey,
fair
qué
and honest,
pedo.
Valorant.
We have the devs in house.
I'm sure they're working on it as we speak.
No, pues usualmente siempre ha hecho ese tipo de miniaturas el Junior, güey. O sea, nah, güey, no se comparan, güey. No se comparan con las que tú te avientas, güey. Tú estás muy quebrado, güey.
Or are they going for the one-way and tucking into wine?
Gearing up for it, and that didn't tag.
Yeah, but it did onto Tens, who was thinking about using Paranoia.
mid. Name of the game here for Gen.G. 4 players waiting. Zekken.
Oh, buena. Oh my god.
Still gets out and still has a dash as well.
Oh my god.
Is he gonna use it? Yes, opts for it.
Oh my god.
Hit it with the readjustment there still.
Buena.
Now he nails it. Body's hitting the wall. Texture though, he's so rapid. Look at this guy. He's all the way up into heaven, but he is going to be shut down in the end. GEN.G. Good awareness from that one. It's about trying to keep up with the tempo. Can't let Gen.G run all over
Oh
you.
my god, casi.
Lakia, sole survivor. 1 shot left for Zekken. Shot dart. Pushes
Oh
out.
my god.
Got a lot more to do. He wants to make a go
No,
of it.
Lucky, it has been astoundingly clutch.
Let's
He's not
go.
gonna get anything this time. Celsius shuts it down.
No, no, tú las haces muy bien, güey. Ya, y recuerda, güey, una vez que empecemos a monetizar, güey, te vamos a agarrar como una tableta, güey, para que puedas hacerlas bien a gusto, papo. Así una tableta bien oficial, una verga, güey. Te vamos a agarrar una tableta muy cabrona, güey.
Bit of a question mark for me, honestly, how Zekken was going to play with the op. We saw him absolutely dominate on this map, but like I said, mostly with the rifle. He's looking very good to open here.
Hello, jump spot. Real chance here. Doesn't anticipate it. Texture.
Oh my god.
That's Ferrari peak.
That's amazing, though, playing with that. Oh, and look at this, Caron. So deep.
Oh my god, bro.
Celsius looking for that information inside the smoke. One of its own making. Drone clears through, and now he can just retreat back into the site tucked. What a play by Gen.G.
Incredible from both of those players, Texture and Caron. Now SEN. Got more than they bargained with. Gonna play a disadvantage retake.
And they got on off. Very difficult.
Nothing to write home about here.
No, Gen.G should really be in an
Buena.
advantage position. Yet Texture
Close
goes
left, close
down
left, close left, close left.
Quarters action
Oh.
for Meteor. Action indeed.
Buena.
But does go down to the
Y ahorrar,
bottom
¿no?
spray through of
Ah, es
Sassy,
3v3.
anticipating it.
No sé, maybe sí se la juegan. Si agarran una kill más, tal vez sí, güey.
Up here for Sentinels. Damage done, but so is still
Yo creo que
on the
tal vez sí se la
opposite
juegan
side.
aquí,
Second. You respond with that one. Need to deal with these players though. Anchoring tucked. Close Caron. He's gone. Lakia. Hunter's Fury available. Indecisive though in terms of how he wants to play this one. Sassy's just sticking this, and it is one.
Let's go.
Get down, Mr. President. Sentinels. I mean, pulling that one out of nowhere. I'm not gonna lie. Player disadvantage with the up ready. You shouldn't be winning retakes.
But it's Zekken again who actually finds 2 kills. One by peeking heaven, if I'm not mistaken, and the other, they throw a recon dart that forces a swing, and he gets this kill kind of for free, but good awareness. That is bonkers that they've turned that one
W's
around,
in the
especially when
shit.
Lakia had the Hunter's Fury to work with towards the end there. You're right, it really did seem like he wanted to set up a shock dart play or the Hunter's Fury and just realized, I have to swing this.
Yeah.
It's a tide turner.
Certainly is. Still danger though. Knife going to be stopping a few of these Gen.G players in their tracks there. Caron, he actually can't get out of here, but
No, close left, close left, close left.
so there's no util to flush him out of that spot. And finally, they get their abilities
Oh.
back. Keep these out of dodge. While all this has been going on, Gen.G happy to take that B main
No, es que
control.
tú eres muy bueno.
Gonna try and set up Lakia there in the meantime.
Yeah, looking to just try to farm the ult orb, Meteor 1 away. So it's entirely possible that they're playing for that. Zekken pushed away, they know that there's no op over towards A. And Texture clears out the entirety of A main. This is going to allow, I think, Meteor to get his ult online. They might really want to go for this with the lockdown.
Consider it.
What is going on here, though? Gen.G retreating away, but they haven't
don't
picked up the
have B main
orb.
control.
So they can't use the lockdown to fake towards A. They've just got some kind of read here. And to some degree, they're correct. Zekken
Bueno,
was
pero
open
pueden
to
agarrar
the
acá este orbe, ¿no? Orbe B.
They are hitting the weaker site.
Texture sees the barrel. Oh my goodness, what a timing for the ult. Rips away the knives, and now Texture, weak as anything, declawed in the
Shit.
mix. Has to
think
back away and hide.
That might have been based off a flash that Munchkin threw over towards A. Are they expecting this on B?
Oh.
What the
Oh,
hell is going on
shit.
here? Still, the adjustments there with the flick of the wrist, and Gen.G again left scrambling.
There's 15 seconds left and they don't want to survive.
Don't want to keep these into the next round. I mean, Texture's got nothing. You don't keep the blade, so you don't keep the ult. Flash, pop through round and aside here, spamming and spraying. A reload, no punish. 5
5
seconds
segundos.
left. Plant online, maybe enough. Maybe enough. It's going to be going down to
Oh
the
my
wire.
gosh.
Gonna do
No
that continuation,
mames.
and Meteor gets
No
the
mames,
kills.
güey.
Added is concatenation, man. Round to the back, it's watched for. Texture will get shut down, and flanks on flanks need to be managed. Paranoia now. Doesn't break the door down, but both players blinded. That is perfection. Immaculate placement. Meteor with 32 health. And nothing but dreams will be fading.
Let's go. Dale, papucho.
With a rather scrappy turnabout round.
Ahí también cuando puedas, si es que puedes, la de la final, porfis. La de la gran final. O también la subiste, no vi. La de la gran final.
I think they could have played it a little more simply. I mean, Munchkin almost gets an opportunity to get in there, but Zekken makes up for it with a gorgeous refight with the operator. And he's frying, by the way. If you want to talk about individuals, Zekken's looking just as good as he did when he played this map previously. And Texture's not really finding those openings as easily.
Of course, it's harder when you're the attack side Jet. I mean, you have to be set up with util. Not going to be favored into a lot of those fights, but
also it's Texture.
Exactly. You kind of expect more from him. Here's a fast play though, Texture. This time not shying away. There's a dart over the top that sets us up on either side here. Texture now is into the site. He's worried about backside. Still, he could seek to deny. There's no one watching the back here of Zekken, but he does dash away and out of the fight here with the smoke, covering it for.
Saben que el último está adentro, ¿no?
Good information
¿En escaleras? ¿Saben que está en escaleras?
Needs to be this playmaker.
Karen teleports in over towards lane.
Saben que hay una escalera, ¿no?
And they use the lockdown as well, but look at the lockdown positioning. It denies mid and market. It's so good for keeping control of side. Karen dies, but he'd already stuck that plant.
Zekken will get detained, will slow them down just a tad here with the plant down. A potential difference maker. And look at Lackier's position. Again, he's got that Hunter's Fury. He's going to be waiting for the right time.
Oh my god, went blind, güey.
Takes up that space, but he was blind as anything. And GEN.G, a little bit delayed, but eventually getting that trade. Hunter's Fury now is being used proactively. 2 tags, no kills though. Damage being done. The backside players, they need to be dealt with. Popping through with the flash.
Oh my god.
Them down side by side. Tens will follow through. Time has run out entirely. And another's been bought here with all of these plays. GEN.G barely pulling that one out from the jaws of defeat.
I really can't believe that Lakia decided to send that Hunter's Fury instead of playing.
Pues no podrías nada más poner, digamos, a Tens. O sea, ¿recuerdas el que hiciste, el de GEN.G versus Sentinels, la semifinal? Puedes poner a Tens y puedes poner a otro jugador y ya, ¿no? Pues es que este es el video. En sí, este es el video.
Okay, so GEN.G get their third on the board. A recon looking to push away Zekken if he was playing around mid.
Very mobile though.
Yeah, he got smoked off and now he's going to pick up mid at the same time as the recon dissipates.
Seen a player move over towards Cat here.
Va, dale. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Tens. My god, man. And the follow-up, the backup arriving in the form of an ultimate. Couldn't have been better.
You give him an inch, he'll take a mile. They just whiffed on him for a moment.
La verga,
his aim and took down 2. He looked completely caught there. The game plan worked for GEN.G. It's just they just couldn't land the shots in the moment. 2v3 though, and we've certainly seen GEN.G pull out rounds like this before, especially when SEN lose info around the map. You know, Karen could be in a position here where he just shoots them all in the back.
Yeah, reminiscent of Breeze. There was multiple scenarios where Sentinels threw away those player advantage situations because they didn't know where the enemies were, and now with the plant down.
Yeah, do they go for the ult? If you ult, you kind of have to just sit there and defend it.
Down online, that's what they were waiting for. Here's a lockdown, pushing the players out wide. Caron,
you have to defend
forced
this.
To make a play. Yeah, you do have to defend this here. He's not going to be detained from this spot. Here's it. Zekken not adjusting for that angle. Not even expecting it here. Now they have to worry about this crossfire setup, but GEN.G is halved already onto that defuse. Sassy responds with the fire, but here he does not know. Finally, shot dart fired. Sassy tapping, forcing out wide again.
Oh my.
This time prevails.
Monstrous in the clutch.
Güey, no pueden dejar estos cabrones, güey.
The enemy of Sentinels. They had a player advantage, but they had no information about where GEN.G had disappeared off to. Another great play for Tens that ends up being wasted somewhat by his team's inability to capitalize on those advantage situations. And GEN.G using other advantages, map control, info denial. They don't need the players online.
There's a fast play though, already setting up. The flash in hand alongside that dart. Texture might just be blinded fully. He's playing inside the smoke, he dominates it.
Buena.
He's been playing this one before, but with
Oh
the
my
open
God.
spam at least potentially evened out, but not quite. Lucky
Es que este no es la
right there in the
final.
fight. Side by side.
Este no es la Champions. La
Gen.G.
Champions la ganó
Massive
Gen.G
advantage
y
with
si no me
John Cutie
equivoco,
falling.
Fnatic ganó
All
los
of that killjoy
dos
utility over
trofeos
towards
de
B that's
Masters.
Disabled. SEN are going to have to make a proactive call here. They can't just wait this out.
Gen.G are just doing the exact same, waiting. Hoping to catch that proactive call. It's a great read.
Oh no.
Celsius might just walk and wade right into it. Crossfire
Oh,
of a century, and look at that, the call to 3-2-1, peek it down, tap,
Oh
tap,
my God.
second. Right back at you. He's got plenty more to deal with now.
Yeah,
He wants to make a go of it.
He's got two.
Va ganando
but
Sentinels
might be too little, too
5-4.
late. He has read this though. He might be able to get into spawn at the right timing to cut this off and get another for free.
Doesn't break the knife, actually, yes, and he's got the dash back online.
You just don't think logs here though. You just never think about that.
Don't expect it. It's going to have to be reactions and adjustment potentially there. Still close
Checa
to
tu
the
izquierda, tu izquierda, tu izquierda, tu izquierda.
corner. Jiggling
Oh.
from Lakia.
Fuck.
Decides to take the timing
5-5.
and fight right to him. So 5 to
Ahora sí van
5.
empates.
Even up now again for Gen.G. And this is a really good spot for them. Attack side of Ascent. We've got to imagine it plays out a lot more typically.
Sentinels going for their first piece of defensive set play aggression there, and it's dominated. They already used this.
Fuck.
It was round 6, I believe, the last time they played on Ascent. And Tens that time was able to get into the smoke before his opponent, dominated it, and got the win.
Ya, so el
This
año
time,
pasado
Texture
creo
just
que
a
ganó
little faster,
Fnatic
just a
los
little
dos
sharper.
Masters
Sent
y
knocked
luego
down to Eco and go for
EG
another set
ganó
play by the looks of things.
Champions.
Have to take risks here. I mean, when your money's so dire, if you're letting Gen.G take the lead on their attack side. Ooh, missing the silent jump up. Second, it's given an indicator.
Good awareness, though. Yeah, it doesn't do any damage, but it indicates that Zekken is not going to get away with his Bucky play.
Tagged, movement, enough to survive. Doesn't even use the dash.
One of those rounds that Gen.G would love to keep clean.
Come on.
While there's a little moment in the round as well, 5 rounds on attack side Ascent is looking pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
It has been somewhat even. SEN have, in fact, actually been pretty good on the attack side, too.
Up through mid. Gap is spotted here by Gen.G. Now a fast play, approach, trying to slam into these anchoring players, but it's on them to try and hold their ground. Sentinels standing side by side here, but again, the weaponry just not ideal for the job. Now, Texture feeling it necessary to really clear through a lot of that.
Buena,
Hello,
Tens.
Karen spotted and an upgrade here for the anchoring players. Again, close, tuck to dice, but there's no trade and no swings. The anchoring players out back here with the Sheriff. John QT, but not expecting it away with the Bucky! Gaming!
Oh my God.
Can land the shots. Damage done to it. 10 set up. It's a 1v1. And such an important one at that. The money was dire. 10s. 6 bullets.
Let's go!
4. Exactly what he needed.
Another miracle.
El otro güey, siéntate, siéntate. Cabrón, Celsius, siéntate, pendejo. No hay que mufearla, perro. Te amamos, cabrón, pero
To be honest with you, I thought it was over when the Bucky
no, no ocupamos mufearla, güey. Mira, Celsius.
Yeah, he was so close, but still able to finish one of them off.
Mira, güey, ese güey no le quiebras el mental. Ese güey todavía te dice buena, güey. No, güey.
So many rounds like this. It's a Red Bull clutch, but it's also economically upset the tide.
Ever so slightly for that final round, but still the knives online for Texture. Bit of Odin spam, got to respect that one with the dart coming through. Counterplay in order. Lakia not to be dissuaded away from it. He's going to be earning his ult as well.
And Sentinels have got to be thinking about the fact that Texture would love to do some kind of updraft dash engage into B.
No, es el mejor de 5. So tienes que ganar 3 mapas para que seas campeón. So si ganas Sentinels irían 2-1. So es el primero a 3. Apenas me estoy dando cuenta, tengo la camisa de España. Miren, se me está cayendo el escudo. No sabría qué hacer. Yo no hago.
Gen.G have to make sure that nobody
pero
followed that drone up.
Walking up now,
Y
Sassy.
es la
It's all
del
about
FIFA
when
cuando
you
fueron
pick your
campeones
time. It's a
2010.
counter spam. Almost gone down
Oh
potentially.
my God.
With the damage down and out of here with the drone. Everybody
Oh
lines up,
my
the
God.
shot goes
Oh
wide
my
and
God.
just goes a miss. Second though. He's still alive in the fight here, but a TP into the back of the site now. There is that danger facing, but cancelled. Only 30 seconds left. What is the call to be made? The reposition.
Pero hay un güey atrás, ¿no?
And Lucky is hoping to set this one up for the rest of the team. They're calling to pivot. They're going to A. 20 seconds indecisive. They're going back to B.
Nah, mames, Romy.
Can't be making plays like this, man, but maybe just getting hectic in those final moments. TP engaged. Meteor. He's lurked his way in. Damage done, and another kill found. It's all being added up. Right click. Kills here. Needs to stick in. Right click. Gas killing. Correct. Oh, the body blow. Oh my God. Absolutely unbelievable. Celsius 1v2, 1v2, 1v2.
No, Romy, ¿cómo me vas a aventar un pinche papura en medio?
I don't think I've seen a round that chaotic the entire
No,
tournament.
no sé ni qué. Ahorita, no sé ni qué pasó. No.
To avoid him being caught by Zekken. Look at him.
Timeout de qué? No, no es timeout, es cambio de juego. Cambio de juego. No es timeout. O cambio de lado más bien.
Just around 4 Sentinels.
And I think again,
So, cambiaron de lado. So, ahora
Gen.G
Sentinels
defensive
está
rotations
atacando
and how
y
John tries to play with those.
GEN.G está defendiendo.
Because Gen.G are just so happy to trust the read. Look, I mean, at the beginning here, Caron getting info in A main. Oh, Lucky is going to start calling people back over towards B. They were thinking it was A.
He's out open. They could be fast onto him, but they're not really going to be quick enough here. Just waiting for the drone now with a shock dust through as well. A lot of damage. Tagged him up. Zekken. Slight pause into the play. Slight pause into the angle. Waiting now. What is the call from the rest of them? A flash play into the back here, but they're just waiting for the right time to strike, potentially, but now jumping right, leaping into his face.
Oh
and there
my
it
God.
is from Gen.G. Calling their bluff. They want to fight it. The front section of
contra
that
tres,
site,
güey.
the paranoia is good. It blinds them all up. 3 players tucked to the site now for Sentinels. They still don't have that plan down.
I feel like as soon as Zelsis goes for it, Gen.G are going to explode, and he thinks the same.
A dink. Stray damage. It could come down to anything. A few stray shots now. Paranoia flying forward. Still no spike being planted. One-way smoke.
30 seconds left.
Oh, Caron? Has he got a pixel? No, not quite.
No, not quite at all, but waiting for it. Now the knife. Takes away the abilities, takes away the threat of this one, and as the turret's getting broken, they swing right into it, Gen.G. Surely not. They're doing it again.
Fuck.
Wonderful, wonderful patience. And capitalizing off the right moments there.
Certainly. They look great with it.
Papure.
As soon as SEN put pressure on the player backside, that is instantly turned into
Fuck,
texture
man.
dashing into a smoke to take front sight. So as soon as they know that Sentinels are focused not on them, they go and get themselves into a retake situation and start putting pressure even before the plant is down.
Ya ves.
They are looking good. Taunts being thrown across the stage.
Es que, güey, quieres ver quebrarles mental, güey. O sea, si ganas, güey, quieres decirle, son unos pendejos. No las pelan, güey. O sea, para quebrarles el mental, güey. Pero esos cabrones, güey, nomás. Está muy cabrón para romperles el mental, güey.
From Zekken, tagged up by the knife, but still decided just to take that fight close to them.
You're hoping that Gen.G players were not posted on an angle and trying to take a fight aggressively, when actually I feel like that's the way that Gen.G plays. They're not afraid to try to challenge angles. They're not the kind of team to just drop back and keep giving up room over and over again for free. They like to disrespect utility a little bit and post up.
Clear game plan here though from Sentinels on their eco. Can use a flash
Y
to
Texture
replay
no
into the
compró,
main,
güey.
make
Creo
sure
que
the
está ahorrando para
down to
una OP.
Celsius. He's only a few away from his ult, so they're just thinking ahead here into this round.
Yeah, but they are still quite a way away from this. Right? Because there wasn't any damage in this round particularly, Zelsis is still going to be 3 away from getting that online. It's not particularly going to be helpful. At least not in the short term, I should say.
Yeah, now they're going to be hoping for a bit of a plan here, but a Paranoia sent flying, TP forwards, lighting him up. Caron, 20 HP surviving, strenuous in the approach.
la
Look at that,
verga.
just a collapse straight into the fragment nade and the bullets.
Creo que sí,
Sent flying, so flawless,
Cuidado con
everybody
Texture con
surviving.
OP, güey.
Gen.G.
Beautifully done.
Sí, ya tiene OP.
Now this is where I want to see what Gen.G have got planned. You see Texture buying the operator when the rest of his team is going for the bonus. It's not too crazy, lots of teams that end up going for that. But do they have a game plan to set him up? One of the other things that stuck in my head actually from listening to an interview from HSK was that he said one of the things they've tried to focus on is snowballing the game by utilizing their aim and aggression. Right? Not by trying to make smart game plans necessarily, but by putting pressure on their opponents, by wanting to fight in moments like these. And Texture looks like he wants to take the op for a walk off the back of Sova utility. That's great information, knowing exactly where John is. You don't have to be worried about other sightlines.
You're really worried. Turret broken. John, still in the lineup here.
He almost got caught, didn't he?
Almost got caught, but look at it.
Oh my god.
You can smell it, blood in the water.
That's the same pace and anticipation problem that I was noticing before. Gen.G are quite a bit faster than SEN expect.
First used to just try and cross Sentinels now. Scurrying away, trying to take control of A, but then there's a paranoia. Goes flying, actually missing onto Sassy. No clear connection, but he's still...
Went blind. Oh no! Oh my god, recupérate, recupérate.
Blankets, güey.
Dron de reconocimiento, fragmento para
En España sí corrió, güey.
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
Basically, that was a long time ago. He frankly just got picked out of rank.
Oh my god.
Ranked player on the big stage, but he's really
Y
performing.
perdieron esa ronda.
Unshaken against it. Flash repeak. Carol knows to respect
Güey,
that
¿qué
one.
pedo con Valorant normal de ese se le está yendo, güey? Bien culero.
Stacked up.
Yeah, look at them. I mean, Meteor is already starting to rotate away from B. I'm so confident this is going to be an A exec.
What the util expended here, though, with the dart fading away.
Oh.
Charon shuts that down, doesn't he? Tens.
Oh.
The Sheriff, but again, not too much you can do, not without the rifles.
One enemy remaining.
Sassy weakened down. Full awareness of the positioning here. This is Gen.G, not just in control, they're running away with this map.
It's Gen.G's map pick, but it's one where Kaplan earlier in the coach interview said they were feeling very confident coming out of their game against Paper X. And the implication there that the desk picked up on is that they were going for a 3-1 win by winning on Bind, Ascent, and Split. This is looking less and less likely the more rounds go on. I want to see
Necesitan que hacer un comeback cabrón aquí,
It's not something we've really seen.
Necesitan hacer un comeback bien mamalón aquí.
And so far, they're nowhere near.
Texture seeking out to ruin the
Y otra vez. Oh, wow. Qué buena kill.
Second. Right back at you with the nades, rebounding. Meteor dodging over and around.
Oh
No
my
way.
god.
Second was blind as anything. Dashed forward to try and punish, but Meteor is tucked into
Buena.
this corner and there should be that punish
Oh
on
my
line.
god.
Karen seeking to relieve it. Zelsa's dropped down onto his knees. I mean, is there going to be any chance of even just a res to pull him back
It's
up?
going to get punished. They need to be aware.
Surely picking him up. Zelsa's there, but no. Spamming through the wall, but no kill collected. John QT.
What a play.
Meteor cosplay in effect. This guy is found the gaps. And
Let's go!
And another one to the collection. Sight opened up right when the team needed it.
That's incredible. What a read by John. Getting himself tucked into logs because Meteor went down early and that was open to them. Huge play. Not exactly running a fake, but just challenging Gen.G for the map control and beating them.
No, tense.
Is going to survive this interaction. But
Oh, what the fuck? Güey, por esperarse, güey.
well, I'll shut my
Se quería esperar y lo
the world's most important
Güey.
kill, but a funny one to end it. There was a bit of a disaster in the middle of that round though, with Zekken getting full blinded. Was that a team flash or what
Looks
even
like it
happened
underhanded,
here?
perhaps.
Yeah, I think it was a bit of a team flash play.
here it is.
He just full stares at Zels's flash. Bit weird, but didn't really hurt them whatsoever.
What the?
John bailing them out of that situation. Not necessarily with his macro calling, but with a great
Wait.
solo play. Reading the game.
The bankroll runs deep here for Gen.G. Sentinels that need to dig even deeper.
It's a spread default to try to start the round. Not over-investing over towards A, but certainly making it feel like A, right? And this is where you start to see the defense pulled towards that A defense. It's only luckier over towards B.
Come on, guys.
But now as there's a little bit of mid-pressure, you see things shifting around and Texture with an operator.
Güey, todavía tienen un putero de dinero, güey. Gen.G todavía tiene un putero de dinero, güey. Mínimo tienen para la que sigue, güey.
Looks like it.
And now he's found the timing. It's just so damn instinctual.
Oh!
And again, a difference maker. Second. He's left Texture reeling. Back-to-back rounds now.
That is a ludicrous swing. Perfect pre-aim. I mean, pretty much a pre-fire, I think. There's no time to react to that. He just knows exactly where the jet is going to be set up.
Grouped up, gathered. Lakia. From the shock dart. Here's that.
Y aquí vieron a
close.
3, güey.
Nice.
Almost got it.
John, yeah, he was a critical target. It needs to stay alive with the lockdown now in play. What is the call to be made? Gen.G, how do you fight this one? Split up across the map here. I mean, it's just really only Munchkin, and they're just trying to get Lakia out of there. Hunter's Fury through and out into the spawn, into the location. 12 seconds left. They need to get this spike down and planted. Maybe to push this one back and away, but Gen.G, they're out of there.
It's only John in an aggressive position in the post plant right now, and Sassy's miles away. Doesn't have that ult to work with.
Doesn't indeed.
He's not going to have shock dart lineups from there, so he needs to find some way of having impact.
Start clearing the paranoia here. Still close quarters enough. It has revealed that they have cleaned him up. With John down, finally a kill found. Second. Not going to be blinded up by that one, but still emanating out with waves of the suppression. He's dropped to his knees. Meteor, last one left. Unless he can Munchkin back alive. A tap. Fading out the spray here. 3 players left out in the open. Sentinels. Right.
Let's go!
That was a difficult
Sí, güey, ya,
situation.
es que
John getting
Celsius,
caught
güey,
in his
Celsius
aggressive
estaba
position.
emocionando
Sassy
de más, güey.
way out of the fight.
Celsius.
Second needed to step up. And he
Calm
did
the
it.
fuck
This
down.
Opener
Calm
is
down.
sublime. And then he also follows up by being able to punish Lakia and to stop Munchkin. It's an amazing round from the star player of Sentinels. I say the star player. One of, the superstar.
Plenty to pick from.
Ok, esta es si ganan estas, la economía de Gen.G se va a ir a la mierda, güey. So, una ronda importante que ocupa Sentinels.
Lost round here. Gen.G, vital for Sentinels. They're going to be hoping for a flash repeat.
Yeah, another jet duel.
Dash just fades away. They're going to be using util of their own now. Paranoia even layered on top, spamming away. An exchange of lead. No casualties.
Gen.G not over-rotating this time.
Oh shit, vieron a 2 cabrones en cat.
Not a full commitment from SEN here. They're just fighting for map control.
Y Tent ya se gastó su pinche
Consider this a win though
for
Sentinels, because they're going to be going into a site that only has 3 players on it.
Yeah.
Only?
And that's assuming they commit to A.
Munchkin gathering that information. As the nade ready here, as time runs short, John QT, hello. Flash forwards on top of it here, backing away, will get cleaned up eventually. The air is sprayed down. Fragment, nade, texture, and Munchkin all combined. And they have shut down his approach.
Hence with ultimate, it's going to try to get into the B site and get the plant down.
Yeah, it's an open site for him. Still rapid.
Sassy get there?
Oh, Sassy, he's picked him up
1v4
onto that rotation, but he's alone now. Tens.
Oh no.
Do a hell of a job to try and hold on to this one. Keron
3v2, 3v2.
Up onto it, just gets that information. Now 2 players assaulting the position slowly, surely.
Sassy's so far away.
He needs so much here. Sassy is miles away. Reinforcements are lacking. Lakia seeking to disjoint it. That dart, it was fantastic though. Still playing inside the smoke. Lakia shuts it down, but time has been bought. A tap, Sassy. Does he think it's open to the fuse? Spamming away. Counter spam from Munchkin, sticking from Lakia.
No,
defensive setup. 11 now on the board.
It's a nice try there with that dart, seeing if he could assist Tens while still being positionally a long way away. I think it wasn't quite planted in a spot where he was able to get the wall back there. It's this triangle set up again over towards A.
Creo que si hubiera sobrevivido el güey que mataron
it looks really nice from
en
Gen.G.
cat, creo que era en
Anytime
cat.
SEN have tried an A split, the A
Ya
main players
corriendo
have
para
not been
acá,
able to have any
lo hubieran
impact.
ganado.
They're just sending a drone in there and they can't actually
Güey, ya me
push
está
the
sudando la
players from
mano,
Gen.G
güey.
who are killing the people on cat. The A splits are being defended immaculately. But look at this, SEN are so convinced that this is going to be defensive aggression in this round. They know that Texture had to pop knives. And they are ready for the Hunter's Fury play, a classic set play that teams would love to do.
Really far back.
Sentinels tiene dinero, güey, pero, güey, también el otro, güey, ya agarraron economía. Tienen que ganar esta y la que sigue, güey, para matarles la economía. Que eso puede ayudarles un poquito. Se podría ir como a un 10-11, güey. Pero tienen que ganar esta, güey.
Fast rotation to try and back up the rest of his team out towards the A site.
Love this positioning from Lakia as well. If he stays over towards market, he'll have perfect ult line, but instead he drops back towards B. Spotted people in mid and maybe just worried that it could be a B split.
50 seconds.
Time certainly is ticking here.
Decisions need to be made. I mean, you haven't pulled out good util from Gen.G. They can just stall you out. Finally going to be showing some presence, but with the knife tags, Zekken.
This doesn't give you too much info. It could be a cat push, could still be a B split.
They're going to get destroyed, but they're trying to fake A presence, perhaps. I mean, the spike is in the middle of nowhere, and certainly they are fast. It was Zekken. He's rapid on the
Oh my
texture,
God.
even more so. The Hunter's Fury to punish. Alarmbot chasing him into the top section of mid. That's TenZ. He's got to try and get some value in. He's got to try and get some kills.
The lockdown.
It's really just absolutely brutalized them, slowed them to a crawl. They can't break it. They have to fight it. TenZ here onto the angle again. They're swarming into the position of.
Oh my God, güey.
Rips them to shreds. Rips them to pieces.
Una navaja, güey.
There's no
Oh
chances.
my
Not
God.
anymore. Gen.G up to 12.
If they get this one step forwards on Ascent, they'll be one step
Sentinels.
closer to hoisting it.
En su mapa, güey, fueron a overtime.
In through mid, that's
O sea,
Sentinels. All eyes
tiene
on
que
that
jugar
now.
un juego perfecto ahorita
Knives.
Sentinels, güey, para llevarlos a overtime, güey, y ganar este mapa.
Grouped up as well. Might be looking for a
Porque
flash.
Gen.G, güey, se ve imparable los
Through
hijos de
drone.
puta, güey. Qué buen equipo, güey.
Forwards here, just showcasing. Oh, doesn't break it in time, so it actually spots both players, and they're already up through mid as well. Parallel misses, texture, clean shot, rips it away, and this is Dreams being dashed out and away. John QT, maybe a chance. Turn with the one kill, but it's still a player disadvantage, and they don't know where the rest of them are. Cut into the corner, hello, finding Lack here.
Güey, hay una posibilidad chica, güey. Hay una posibilidad, güey.
3 versus 3.
Por favor, mátalo.
Walker back.
Oh.
Celsius dropped dead to rights. 2v2 still Spike in the open. And that control gained and gathered. Munchkin follows through with the fire. Doubled up now, understanding the win con. Smoke to block it off. It's all on Sassy.
They know he's not close. Karan is actually
30
looking
seconds
the
left.
other way too. They've split up to form 2 1v1s. Could Sassy be given anything? He just
No.
doesn't expect them coming from
No, there's
spawn.
no way you expect this, and this could be it. This should
Oh.
be it. The map done and
Fuck.
dusted. Gen.G edge ever closer to that title, ever closer to that trophy. But it's not done
Mapa-
yet. The
mapa
job
3, güey.
isn't finished.
Guys, como acaban de ver, Ascent fue el tercer mapa y nos vamos a mapa 4 en Split. Vamos a ver qué pasa ahí. Los veo.